welcome to Front Row with Michael J. Curtis.
Boss of all boss.
A podcast where we dive into the world of pop culture, politics, entertainment, and more.
Woo! You gotta clap it up. Clap it up one time. We're here, we're live.
We made it.
I am your host, Michael J. Curtis. To my far right, you'll see my co-host. She has several jobs. She's Milwaukee's own Phaedra Parks.
Woo!
You know what?
Yeah,
we all do. We just combined today.
I wanted y'all to make sure,
that everything was happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to share it with the people. Sorry.
You messed up my intro for you. I was
sorry.
on a roll.
You know what? Because I wanted to cut in on that Phaedra Parks thing. I think I don't like that. That's like calling me Gail.
Really? That's like calling you Gail?
Yeah.
I know. I
want to be Gail.
I already have a Gail.
I don't want to be Gail.
Hi, Dontre. How are you?
Phaedra.
She refuses to be Gail, but she is Gail. You don't want to be Phaedra?
I mean, I get the.
You got several jobs. It's several. Not the scamming part though, right?
Yeah, Phaedra.
Because she is a scammer.
Exactly.
She is scamming. You know, she was Bobby Brown attorney. She just can't scam her way. She can't scam her way into winning the case. She can't do that.
She can't do it.
She cannot do that.
She couldn't keep her husband.
That either.
Out of jail or keep him.
Wait a minute. First of all, that's the part where I knew she could defend me. Right. Where you live with the criminal and still can't keep him out of jail. I can't pay you enough hours, bitch, to keep me out. That's all I'm saying. You with him 24/7. You with him 24/7. If you can't find a good defense for him, you definitely ain't gonna be able to find one for me.
She was about to catch the case herself.
She needed to go to jail. I'm trying to understand how Angela Stanton. We can talk about that later. Angela Stanton went to jail. Apollo went to jail. Phaedra. The only person Phaedra keep out of jail is herself.
Well, I mean,
that's the thing. But okay, we're gonna find a different name for you. I got it. Okay, I understand. I understand now. I got it. All right. And to the back, you see sitting by the green wall. Comedy. Do we want to? Nah, we're too young to use the word legend. Let's say comedy.
Up and
coming legend. Let's put it that way. We can say that. Up and coming. B. Jones is here.
In his own right.
Clap it up. I got cheering, but I don't know. Let's see where we at. I got the buttons, but we're actually Robin's supposed to operate the buttons. That's how we're gonna get it. We're gonna work this out.
This is our first, about 10 minutes.
Yeah, we're gonna work this out. Our liquor ain't in good yet. That's really the problem. That's why we ain't had no medicine. We have a rock. So we should talk about our weekends, talk about everything that's kind of happened. We weren't able to come here last week and tell everybody about our weekends and what we did, but we actually went to a private tasting.
We did a private tasting for an established business.
Yeah.
So it was a tasting for a new menu, but business has been around for a while in Milwaukee, and they're about to reopen and relaunch, kind of rebranding a little bit. And that's Skybox Milwaukee. So
Skybox, they said, listen, they coming back with a vengeance. Their drink menu has been reinvented.
Yeah. And the food menu.
And it's
keep the big bitches out. That's what got closed down the first time.
The big bitch.
Is that what it was?
I like big bitches.
It was some BBWs in there fighting.
And you know what? BBWs are usually happy. Maybe it's COVID. Maybe they ran out of chicken.
The kitchen closed
early. They usually happy.
No,
BBWs
usually
happy
I think
people.
they might have been closed after Soul Food Sunday. Maybe they have. That's what it was. Ran out of chicken.
They ran out of chicken.
Was hungry.
That's what happened because they was fighting. I heard it was about a dude. So obviously he wasn't there. I promise you, that's what I heard it was about.
But it was 7 fights.
It was a lot of them.
But she explained it. More than one.
Toy explained it. Toy said, they was outside. They went outside. They came back around. That's too much exercise. They let the wrong girl out the front.
You know what?
That's too much exercise.
That's too much exercise. That's too much unplanned exercise for me.
Too much unplanned exercise.
Yes,
they didn't warm up or nothing.
Nothing. It was just too much going on. They didn't stretch. You know when you older, you gotta stretch. You're like, oh, hold on. This is why you gotta think about it. Because you're hurt the next day. You gotta think about fighting before you do it. You're like, oh my God, I don't know.
But the new
it ain't just scared you're gonna get your ass whooped. You just like, how am I gonna feel tomorrow about this?
They got new uniforms, so that made me think about that because they dress like referees.
I like it.
So
I saw it.
Their uniforms look really nice. So all of the girls I think it was all ladies.
All their asses was out.
They all had, they did have on some.
All their asses was out. It was Kimmy even had her ass out. You just said it.
Kimmy had her boots hang out.
Kimmy even had hers out. Yeah, it was all that.
They have the whistles. They have the stripes. They all look really, really nice. And Universal, it's a real clean look. So I did like the uniformity, and they plan to keep that up. The food menu, the wings are still there, but they added some new ones, new flavors. I can't remember. It's like a Crown Royal apple something, and
it comes in different
Crown Royal apple barbecue, I think.
That sounds good though.
I think that's what it is.
B don't look intrigued at all. He like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You get drunk off wings, like,
well, they put like a rum cake.
Well,
it's really for the flavor. Once you cook it, they say the alcohol.
Once you cook it up,
once
the alcohol
boil it, the alcohol goes in it. But you get the flavor.
Be like, if it's not gonna, if the edibles is it. That's where it's at.
They got some Mexican corn, which was really good, surprisingly good. That shocked me on the menu that it was there.
Yeah.
Some fried cauliflower. I noticed a lot of vegetarian options. They trying to. They did something good with the menu.
The fried cauliflower wasn't too bad.
Right.
It wasn't too bad. I tried it out. I think I actually really enjoyed it. So
you just made your own dip. You prefer the ranch.
I prefer ranch though with my yeah.
He prefer ranch.
I prefer ranch.
I think he dipped everything that he got with ranch.
Definitely. I kept the ranch.
You kept the ranch.
I was like, that's like we coming about to get the ranch. I was like, no. As a matter of fact, you can leave me two.
Leave me another ranch.
You can put two more back right there. I don't need you to take my ranch. Thank you.
Yeah,
I will take the ranch back. I definitely was interested in the ranch.
Yeah, you were on the ranch.
Speaking of police situations, Chief Morales won the case. The judge and Chief Morales was fighting to get his job back. Remember, he was retired as a lieutenant.
Yep, he was demoted.
Yeah,
and after he was demoted, he was upset and he decided to retire.
Yeah,
but demoted back to lieutenant. But then his attorneys decided to fight that.
Yes.
Court.
And in a way, they kind of had a victory. So the judge says either you come to a deal with the chief or you have to come to a settlement. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Diego. He did know what he was doing.
Yeah. So the headlines went around like Chief was getting his job back. And that's
ain't nobody finna hire him back.
No.
He did something behind it.
He was standing outside with David Clark ass. That's when I knew he wasn't to be hired back.
Oh yeah, because
I said that's how I knew he was on the wrong team.
Standing behind Clark, then Clark was standing behind Trump, and
it's too much going on. It's too much. I said, you know what, Morales, you ain't got no more roles, motherfucker.
So I hope that they can come to an agreement. I'm pretty sure that they will. I think this is really more about his status and his ego more than anything. He wants to have his retirement as the chief of police, and he gets a bigger pension. Yeah, retired as a chief. So. Yeah. I think they'll probably figure out a way to negotiate that for the chief because I cannot see them putting him back in his.
They're not going to give him back.
If y'all think all hell broke loose,
honey, they give him back that job. It's over. It's over. But you want to know why this probably worked? This probably worked because the head of the Fire and Police Commission, who was his name? He ain't there no more.
It's a new one.
No. What was the past
one? Stephen DeVogus.
Stephen DeVogus had a number of things going on, and I think he had a lot to do with the firing of this chief.
Yeah, well, I mean, the majority of the commission voted for it. Though.
Yeah, the majority of the commission did vote for it.
They didn't fire him. Yeah. They demoted him. And then he quit. They did. You know, they were smart with it.
They did the thing, but see, here's the issue: when you have a chairman of a commission like this, and then he has this thing where it's he went with a friend to go have a conversation about some type of deal.
Basically, he was having an investigation going on, but then the chief, it was a lot of investigation. It was all kind of investigating going on.
They was handing out investigations like Oprah was handing out cars. You understand what I'm saying? They was handing them out quick. Yes.
Because the chief, it was even some things with the chief supposedly too, where, like if they bring him back, they could bring up other things, or other cops that were fired could bring up lawsuits against him. So you got all these other. It's a lot in there.
There's a whole lot going on. Speaking of police, I have to find another way to segue to these people. The Louisiana state troopers pulled over a Ronald Green, ended up being a fatal traffic stop. That video was released.
And they sat up there and lied. So this will it happened originally in 2019. So the police actually went up there and said that he was running from them and they chased him, and that he died in the crash. Yeah. That his car crashed and he died instantly from the crash. Is what he told the family and the people. That's what they put in the report. Well, that's not what would happen.
No, did you see the video?
Yes, I saw the video. So actually, he did crash, but it wasn't a fatal total in your car crash. He crashed, which stopped the chase. But they drug him out of that car. They tased him while he was still in the car and took him out of the car and continued to tase him and beat him and handcuffed. He was handcuffed down, face down, and they did a lot of terrible things to that man. And that is probably the cause of his death, not the car accident.
Now, what happened in such a time ago? Has the family asked for an autopsy at all?
Well, the autopsy I did see, I'm sure the family will get a new one. I did look for that. The autopsy listed some nonsense, which they always make it look bad. It said that it was a cocaine-induced agitated delirium complicated by a motor vehicle collision, physical struggle, inflicted head injury, and restraint. So the head injury, physical struggle, and restraint all came from the police. That did not come from a collision like they tried to make it seem. So the police basically tried to make it seem that everything that happened to him was a result of the crash.
Yeah,
well, that's what the autopsy said. The cops didn't say that.
Well,
the autopsy said that, but the police are saying he ran from us and he crashed and he died instantly. And anything that's bruised up on his body is because he crashed.
That's because he crashed.
It's all on camera.
It's all on camera.
On their cameras.
Their
cameras. That's on their bodies that they know are on. But
this
I guess they thought nobody ever was going to see the video. And it took us 2 years.
Ever ask for the video.
It took 2 years for the video to come out. This happened in 2019.
This is ridiculous. Yeah. Because that's
actually, now they're dropping them kind of quick. Now the video might come out tonight if something happens.
If something happens, we asking for videos right away.
They showing the video
because we need video.
You got time to edit all types.
Yeah, you got time to pull all of that out. But the thing.
So what was different? They had to editing. I'm not saying they edited, but who knows? The beginning part of the video, you could hear the cops talking. So you can hear them talking shit to them. They just. It's bad, but then all of a sudden, the rest of the videos there's no sound, but you can see everything.
Yeah.
I say I'm gonna kill you.
Oh, that's right.
They said some of everything. You know they did. Die now. You know they said some of everything.
Yeah.
When you couldn't hear it, the Milwaukee has decided. The Common Council actually has decided the Red Arrow Park Dontre Hamilton Memorial Funds have been approved.
Yep, and that actually was the It wasn't the Common Council. That was actually the
Park System?
Milwaukee County. Yep.
Milwaukee County.
Milwaukee County actually approved that. It's actually $3,000 in funds, and they're going to put a memorial bench there in memory of Dontre Hamilton and what happened in the park. It was proposed by County Supervisor Sequana Taylor.
Sequana?
Yep. And the hope is that it will honor his life and also lift up the importance of mental health care and knowledge around that in the community.
Oh, that's nice. That's pretty cool. Speaking of knowledge around the community, the 1619 Project has been under fire. One in particular, Nicole Hannah-Jones, professor for UNC, University of North Carolina.
Do we get hacked?
Huh?
Did we get hacked?
No, that's our co-host. Those are our co-hosts coming in.
We hacked.
She like, do we get hacked?
Somebody gonna help us.
No, those are our co-hosts arriving.
Oh, okay.
Going in and out here. We're gonna bring them in shortly. The 1619 Project, which speaks about the about Black people and Black people's plight, African Americans in the nation. This particular professor was left out of her job that she was hired for. That usually comes with tenure at UNC. And the previous people that have held this role have gained tenure when they accept the role. Except her being the author of the 1619 Project, there were conservative donors, rich donors that were donating to the school and complained. And from there, the board of this school, the official board, they didn't deny it. They just never picked it up.
Yeah, they didn't. And it's a shame because as I was saying, we were talking about this, and Dr. Cornel West, they denied him tenure at Harvard. And I don't think that it's a coincidence that both of this Black man and this Black woman that are very I guess you can say militant, very pro-black, very teaching
Would you
us
give her
about our
militant?
history. Well,
Why?
I'm adding Cornell in there. I'm saying their teachings. I'm militant. I don't mean like they Black Panthers, but I'm saying their teachings are teachings that people don't really want us to be taught. They don't want our kids to be taught. This isn't the history that they want there. So even though they give them the jobs and they allow them to be there, they don't want to give them the benefit that another faculty member in their position will have, just because. And I think it's a punishment, like a quiet punishment,
it's like
because
a quiet,
of the things
like,
that they teach.
We won't give her tenure.
Yeah, we gonna keep. She can keep her job and keep her happy.
Yeah, we'll hire. But I guess the decision wasn't up to the board to hire her. The person that hired her gave her another track to tenure, but she'll receive it after a certain number of years, maybe like 5 to 6 years.
And even with that, just to show how we tend to be, and when I say we, I mean Black women. I was reading about it, and even her thinking of taking legal action, she's being hesitant because she loves the school and she doesn't want to cause any issue with the school. Like, she's upset about not getting tenure, but she's still thinking about this university, and she still has a deep love for the university and thinking about not suing,
but
to
she
not
could
put the university in a position. So,
but I believe, and we oftentimes have those situations. I look back at a time where I was working at a certain organization, and I'm like, why didn't I sue them? Yeah, it was things going on.
Oh, honey, I'd be rich and retired by now
if I knew then.
If I knew then,
what I know now.
I knew now.
I would have a little check.
I'll be over here. Me too. Oh, that might. I think that take us somewhere else.
What?
They fired me from the temps every time I was on my phone in the bathroom. But why you looking at the stall?
You had a camera in there.
No, ain't no camera in there.
They was looking, but I'm just saying they was doing something. They was you was violated. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You was violated.
Like, what you looking at? Yeah, this craziness.
What did y'all see other than my phone?
Right.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. You was on your phone. No,
how would you know?
How you know?
Who was in the
bathroom? You had to get past to see my phone.
You got to do a couple of things before you can get in to see my phone. I need to know how this is working. You should have sued them. You should. You would have had money.
If you passed the statute of limitations.
Yes.
You got to get your money.
It's like knowing then what I know now. I would have had a good check. Another person's gonna have a good check. Megan Stallion will be here for Summerfest, people.
Yes, I gotta.
She's coming.
You know what?
He said she better not be sick like last time.
I went rock climbing, y'all, and
I couldn't remember why she canceled that other date. Now, yeah, I mean that's good. That's huge. That Megan, considering what Summerfest, I mean, what all the festivals.
You said you're not selling for Chance the Rapper, B?
I'm not selling for Chance the Rapper, the headliner.
I mean, if he bring the Sunday service choir with him.
I don't know.
Kanye brought him out at Sunday service, but Megan is good, I think, considering, and people still gonna complain. And these festivals are predominantly non-Black, white festivals, and they try to get talent that will appeal to everybody or the masses or to diversify. So I think this is huge, getting a Megan Thee Stallion to come to Summerfest.
They didn't got played about 3 times now. Uzi Vert was a free concert. Wiz Khalifa was a free concert. It's like they didn't even know they was that big. I said, bro, I could have got.
Who? Not by Summerfest.
It was Summerfest. Wiz Khalifa.
Oh, you said on a small. You mean free? They were on a. It's not. It wasn't. It wasn't free because people paid to get it to Summerfest. You know how many tickets they sell to Summerfest?
$20.
You know how many tickets they sell? It's 20. You know how many tickets they sell to Summerfest? And all the beer. You got to think everything they selling on the grounds, they're getting revenue from. Yeah. Every vendor is paying them to be there. Nah, not at that time.
For who?
Nah. Wiz Khalifa, there was people in the lake. They was swimming.
For Wiz Khalifa, they could have got a lot of money.
Yeah, but you saying they could have got more, but y'all don't know what they booked them for. So they probably booked them. If they booked them for a fee where they needed to charge amphitheater prices, they would have done that. I guarantee you, they paid them less than what y'all think.
But the whole goal is to invest less than what you make off the person. So
that's what I'm saying.
So
we don't know. Y'all think y'all don't know what Wiz might only been 10 G's.
You think so?
Yes. Or he would have been at the amphitheater.
That's what I'm saying.
If he was at a right, but why would they pay him more when they can pay him less and make more? That's the point. I can pay you less to book you, put you on this stage, and we gonna capitalize more off of y'all standing out here buying these wine coolers and beers and t-shirts.
Yeah.
Cause y'all gonna be out here he gonna be on stage for 30 minutes and y'all gonna be out here for 9 hours.
Definitely.
Cause y'all want to be at the front of the stage.
but see, that's the whole thing. See, I don't like wait. That's why I don't like one. You know? I don't like sitting and waiting on nobody. I just want to come.
And if you don't have an assigned, if you didn't buy a ticket, because if you bought a ticket and you have not, if you bought a ticket and had an assigned seat, because we done bought tickets and didn't have no assigned seat. So if you don't have a general
y'all know that story already. She started with me. All right. It was my birthday.
If you don't have a general admission ticket, then you can stroll up in there when you feel like it because your seat is gonna be there and you can miss the opening acts and whatnot.
Well, yeah.
But you know. But
I can't do it
I'm just glad Summerfest
is
hopefully going to happen. I'm glad the festivals in general are coming back and that we're able to do. Yeah, they had to put it off. We didn't know until now. You know, it takes time to book a festival. It takes time to book a festival. No, it takes time to book. They're all booked. When you book an acts and you got hundreds, they only showing you the headliners. You got hundreds of acts that they're booking. You can't start that 30 days out. They booking for next year already. So they didn't know that the mandates were gonna drop in June. So they tried to be proactive. It's going to be. It isn't yet.
Yeah, they're gonna definitely do it. They ready for that money.
I seen New York. I seen them niggas. They touching
right.
each other.
Oh, they don't care. New York said, oh, we've been vaccinated long before.
No, but they're not though.
And that's sad.
They're gonna be the ones. It's already places. I mean, especially when you think about around the world, like the United States is, even though we got all our issues, it's a reason people dislike the promised land, America the beautiful, because we have the most access. It's countries that still numbers going up because they ain't got the vaccines yet.
They ain't got the vaccine. We got it. There's another rapper making.
We got them out here free, and people don't even want to.
Let's say black people. You to convince black people they gonna die. So
I got mine. I'm alive. I ain't grew no extra ear or nothing. And what they say, you won't. I shared a video earlier. Talking about you worried about them tracking you. They guess what this is. So they know where you at. They know everything you're doing. They know who you're talking. Exactly. So they know exactly where you at. Like, so they ain't about to put no chip in you. They already got that.
There's another rapper making headlines. Royce the 5'9" is looking to cancel out Vlad TV.
Vlad,
ooh. He said,
tail.
He said Vlad, they feel like Vlad the feds. I feel like Vlad can't be the feds if you didn't tell him all your business.
Well, I don't feel like, the way I understood it was not that, is that he's causing division amongst us is what I take it as, and that we've allowed him a platform. He's had this platform and he gets everybody there and they divulge all these issues and these beefs. And that's fine. We can have beef. But now instead of us being mad at Vlad because he kicked the mess up, we mad at each other. So that's what the issue is. So Juvie went on there. He had who was it? Who was the other rapper? He had somebody on there and they must have said something about Juvenile. So he bring it up on when Juvenile was being interviewed, and Juvenile tried to go past it and not talk about it, but he kept pressing it, and you could tell it pissed Juvenile off, and that's what made Royce the 5'9" say something. He said, "Okay, I ain't saying y'all can handle beef how y'all want to handle beef, but we can't keep letting Vlad kick up this beef, and then we dividing amongst each other. But he keeps separating us and causing these fights, and y'all leave his studio and y'all fighting. And
but
Vlad
y'all just now
figuring it out.
Y'all just now figuring this out."
Well, they know y'all because he's the only one saying it.
That is the feds. I don't care what. No, Vlad is the feds. Vlad definitely the feds.
Yeah, Boosie in there every week. I want to know
Because
that.
Boosie is entertaining. Boosie is entertaining.
Look, if he can't
Boosie should have his own show.
If he can't get nobody to talk,
Boosie gonna talk.
Boosie got something to say.
Boosie got a story. He gonna say everything and nothing at all at the same time. But guess what? I'm gonna listen to the whole thing. I'm gonna listen to the whole 30 minutes.
Yes.
Why? Because it's Boosie.
Yeah, but it's interesting, and it shouldn't. I mean, I'll see how if other people listen, if Royce the 5'9" can get some people on board with him, but people want they shine, especially rappers like Boosie. Even though Boosie really popular or Juvenile, that don't really have nothing new, and they trying to remain relevant. They want to go on Vlad and stay hot and stay going viral.
It's always interesting to me watching Vlad, and then you see the different people he has on, and he asks certain people certain questions, and I'm always like, is this the right person to be asking this question to?
And then he gonna bring it up on somebody else's interview.
Yeah.
Messy. And
got a
people
question.
really be getting killed off that kind of, like, they really be having real live beef. That's really, I'm telling you, that's what Royce the 5'9" was talking about. He said, nah, we letting Vlad come between us too much.
Vlad can't come between us, just like I'm not Vlad. See, I'm black, and I'm getting ready to ask B a question because apparently something happened over B's weekend as well. I didn't know about it. I didn't know about it.
Oh, here we go, Vlad.
Yeah, I'm gonna be Vlad now.
I'm gonna sip my wine.
Look, I'm gonna be the feds. I wasn't even invited. I still want to talk about it.
Come on, Vlad.
You ready?
Yeah, I already know you can do it.
I want to talk about it.
That's how 11% I already know what you're doing. Get it out the way. Go ahead and let it.
You said just go ahead and let it out. Okay, so B, you went to Madison, right? To honor fellow comedian. I say his whole name. Does he use a different name on stage? Antoine McNeil. I say his whole name, Antoine McNeil. I call him Antoine Bachelor's Degree McNeil. That's what I call him. So Antoine McNeil had a birthday party. Apparently there was a discrepancy at this party. No one knew anything about it. And y'all was gonna keep it under wraps, B. You thought we didn't know. But front row, it's everywhere, B.
But I don't see the thing is, that's their business. Ain't got nothing to do with me. If they got nothing to do with me, I really don't give a fuck to talk about it.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna talk about it.
But you was there.
I was there.
And so we must discuss.
I was a witness.
You were a witness. B, can you tell us what you witnessed there?
All I know is I was there. I sound like I'm in a motherfucking church.
All I know is.
Go ahead, B.
You know you done fucked up, right?
Tell us about it. You know you done fucked up, right?
So, bro, you were there.
All I know is, sir, you were there.
Go back.
He said, yeah, I was there. We got everything we needed. That's how the police be on first 48. Oh, you were there. Talk about it.
Sign this.
Hey, I got a cigarette, man.
Can I get a cigarette?
I get an ultimate piece. I'm looking at that ultimate pieces. I'll
Right.
take everything you need to
They
know.
do ask for a cigarette. Can I get a cigarette, please?
All right, this is what happened. So, me, Myron, Drew, we all put up to the show. It's really for Drew. We gotta support Drew. Drew is hosting the show.
So Drew was on the show. Okay.
Drew was on the show, and then we're supporting Antoine McNeil for his birthday. So we come to show love. We're just there to watch the show. We're not even there to perform.
Not even there to perform.
So we get there. Antoine asked me to perform, do 5 minutes. I said, it's cool. I don't mind at all. Like, you didn't look out for me when I was first beginning. You gave me the stage in Madison, the first way you stage in Madison, so I'm gonna fuck with you. So then, he asked Myron, did he want to do some time? And Myron was like, yeah, I already knew that was coming anyway, since we all together. He was like,
yeah.
So he knew that was coming. So then we go in the hallway, and we see my guy Sippy in the hallway. And we shook his hand. I'm like, hey,
shout out to Sip.
Yeah, shout out to my boy.
Sippy.
That's my boy Sip, man. I got no problem with Sip.
Social media star.
Sip entertain me every morning.
Home Milwaukee legend.
Because I thought I said something. No, that's
Sippy.
Don't put me on your line.
Me and Sip used to go to the same barbershop. I want people to know that.
That's the same barbershop?
We used to go to the same. That's how you know when people start knowing somebody, they gotta pick like the most random place they know I'm from. We used to go to the same gas station. Every Sunday I used to see him.
He get premium. I get premium.
Yeah.
I had to wait for him to get done on his
pump. Get done on his pump so I can use the same pump. It's stupid. But no. We did though. We used to go to the same barbershop. But no.
Okay, sip.
Yeah. So they got right back to that song.
No, you thought we was gonna keep going. We on it.
Yeah.
So Sip.
So yeah, Sip, he's on the card to perform. So we see him. We like, man, Antoine looking for you. He's like, all right, I'm gonna go holler at him. So then me and Myron, we back there. We getting our.
You know, Sip, don't talk like that. You got to do voices up in here.
What it do, be down? What it do?
Yeah.
I said, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Oh, he want to look for me? I'm gonna go back there.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what he said.
That sound like Sip. That's it.
So me and Myron getting our drinks, and then we come back in there because they're getting ready to start. They keep asking for Drew to start our bar, and then Sip is like gone. Like I don't even see Sip no more. Then Antoine comes to me. He's like, man, Sip just left. I'm like, what?
Oh, he left the building.
Like, he
Sip
left.
was gone.
He left. And then that's what
Sip was on the list.
No, he was on the flyer.
Sip on the flyer.
On the flyer.
Sip picture on the flyer, or just his name?
No, his picture.
Oh shit!
With his shirt off.
Oh no! And the shirt was on.
He left the whole building.
There was fans in there talking about I can't only here just to see him.
Ooh.
I didn't know why he left, but that's what Antoine told me. He said he left. I'm like, what did he leave for? He said, I don't know. Like, I'm like,
he said he didn't even
know. I mean, shit, we got you. I mean, we already performed anyway, but I guess
you gotta do a couple more minutes.
Yeah, give him your mic real quick, Rob. I need you to come closer to the mic. I gotta get you a mic.
They said they couldn't hear you.
Yeah, they said they can't. They said come closer to the mic. They gotta hear you good.
Do he need to repeat?
Hold on. We ain't going back that far.
He said we ain't going back that far.
That's a long story.
He said he had to look. Let's recap.
Let's do the short story.
Picture it, Sicily.
In 1980.
Picture it, Madison. It was a cold night.
Man, look here. I ain't starting over, but listen, Sip was there. We was there. He was supposed to perform. He left.
Oh my God! And then he left out while he was on a flyer. Did you hear why he left?
No, they never told me why he left.
They never told you.
Can I went nosy. I got nosy and got on his page when the show was over with. I'm not doing no more shows until I get my manager. I said, oh yeah, it has something to do with money, probably. I know that sounds like money to me, right?
Well, I'm gonna tell you what I heard, and Sip, you can correct me if I'm wrong, okay? Because I wouldn't give a damn.
I don't know,
right?
Please, so I get the
Sip, I will welcome you to correct me whenever you choose to. If you watch this and you see me talking about it, you can call me up and correct me, okay?
I'm listening.
So what I heard was,
oh boy,
okay, the Sip had initially negotiated a price of $250 for his booking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I heard what happened once Sip arrived to the show. I don't know if Sip had an epiphany on the way to Madison. Allegedly, an alleged epiphany. I don't know if allegedly an alleged epiphany.
Oh,
I don't know if he pulled up and saw so many people. He said this nigga got way more than $250.
His We Energy bills. We Energy.
I don't know if it's, I don't know if We Energy
was a little bit more than what he had thought it was.
The more than what he needed. I don't know if he spent more in gas than he intended to pay when he showed up. But Sip showed up to the show.
His outfit.
I don't know what it was. I don't know if his outfit was particularly nice. He told that nigga, I heard Sip told Twan, nigga, my outfit cost $250.
What?
I heard that's what he told him. Now look, it may not be factual, but that's what I heard. Now, here go the last part of it.
Yeah.
He said, listen, we're gonna have to renegotiate that price. And if we can't renegotiate the price.
When he got there?
Yeah. Yes. If we can't renegotiate the price. Now, this is what front row sources have told us.
This is our sources.
Now, we want there. Like you did. We want there.
Yeah, he got there.
Oh, fool.
Listen.
I know I said I was coming for this.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I need a little bit more. I need another 250 on top of that 250.
I need another 250 on top of the 250. Sip said, look, I know it's your birthday, nigga.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Happy birthday, by the way.
But I got a birthday too.
But I got birthdays too.
Birthdays, not days.
Days, plural. Because he's Sippy. He got 2 birthdays, motherfucker. And he said, look here. I'm gonna need a little bit more change on top of the 250. Now
that's the story. That's the story that I ain't hear that part.
That's the story I got. And from the source that I got it from, I was told this is not the first time the Sip has done something of this nature.
He did it before.
I've heard he done it before. I've heard he's done it before at bigger stages.
I wish I could just walk up to his show and be like, hey man, I know we were discussing.
Well, apparently,
but I need some more.
Apparently you can.
I can't. I mean, he did it, but he left though. He left.
When you Sippy, you can do what you want. Apparently,
that's what I'm saying. He left because I ain't leaving.
Meal after he left, did he just stay in the parking lot?
Where you think he went? He went in the parking lot. We came out here. He went back home.
Sip, you better stop doing stuff like that. People gonna start thinking you on drugs, Sip. People gonna start thinking you do crack.
That was a Latrell Sprewell shit.
That's some crack stuff if I ain't never heard of it in my life.
Some anger management or something.
Hey, listen, I know you said 250, but ain't enough to feed my baby.
Drugs. Only drugs.
Okay, so I wonder how much more he asked for.
Another 250.
He just said this ain't enough.
He said, listen, nigga, my outfit $250.
So that means he want another 250.
He want at least 250.
He want at least 250
on top of the 250.
Shouts out to Sip.
$500.
I like Sip. So I honestly want to hear Sip's side. Somebody call Sip.
I thought he was gonna do a live the next day. I was waiting on it. To talk about
he didn't do a live.
He ain't talking about
Don't do it live. Sip, come here. Talk about it on front row. We want to hear it. Our sources.
Because I don't know what happened, man. You know you.
Tell me my source is wrong, Sip.
You know you my boy. I ain't got nothing to do with the money problem.
Look, I ain't got nothing to do either. But Sip, if that negotiating tactic works, you call me and let me know.
I need to know too.
The first person they work with, I want you to call me and tell me.
Hollywood
so I
before Hollywood.
about it too.
I'm gonna become Hollywood before Hollywood.
Yeah.
I want to be Hollywood before Hollywood.
Listen,
that's some Hollywood shit.
Money. I ain't never did that.
He said, "Hold on, y'all got more than 250 people
I've
here."
been doing comedy for a little bit.
That's $1 a head.
Listen, hey, I see at least 300 out there. I see at least 300. That's what Sim said. I see at least 300 people out there.
Yeah, look.
I know you got more.
In this Madison? Oh yeah, I know you got some more money.
And they came
Madison.
for me. He seen his own fans out there. They
came for me. No, he seen one fan stopped him and told him how much he liked him on his way into the building.
They came up here for
me. What they came up, and that's all he needed.
And listen here, he wasn't even the headliner. He wasn't the headliner.
Sim said
he was the person before the headliner.
Sim said, hey, he was the feature. Sim said they all here for me. I know what you're saying. Ain't nobody come to see you, Kate. Ain't nobody come to see you.
Ain't nobody come to see you.
Ain't nobody come to see you, Twan. And this is your birthday.
Ain't nobody come to see you, Twan. You think they here for you?
It is your birthday. Anybody come to see you.
They all of minorities. You think all these people here for you?
I don't care about being your birthday.
I can everybody be your birthday, Twan.
Sip, come here. It's my birthday.
This is my birthday.
You the feature, and it's my birthday.
Dave with an S. With an S.
Birthday party.
Ain't nobody came to see you. Nobody come to see you.
No birthday hats.
It must be sad to really think these.
I don't see no cake. You know Put a cake at if it's your birthday.
Then tell Twine you need to grow up.
Oh shit.
Man, Twine, we did a good show, man. We handled
Twine.
it. We had it under control. We good, man.
Had you called a nigga like me, Twine, I would have took the price I told you the first time.
Exactly. That's how it works. Because I don't even know how else it works. I never heard of that. I get my deposit, and then when it's time to show up,
you show up. Give me my second part before I hit the stage, and we can do this. And usually with comedians, we usually real cool with each other, so we just be like, "Nigga, you want the microphone? If you don't want it, I don't care." Like that's the huh?
So since Sip left and he was supposed to get paid $250, and they had asked you to do 5 minutes,
shit! Oh, yeah,
did he give you some of Sip?
Nah, man, this is it, man. We ain't gonna go to my pocket. We ain't going to my pocket. We not going to my pocket.
Look, since there's money on the table. I'm like, since there's money on the table.
We not want to talk about my pockets.
Wow. Because I was trying to understand. I was just like, wait. And when I heard this information,
I want to know was this some money
listen,
first?
That's the manager. The manager in rivalry.
Yeah, the manager and me.
That's their job. It's like
the manager and me, like,
yeah, it's like schizophrenia. She just pop up.
Like, wait a minute. He was supposed to pay him, but he didn't pay him now, so you're gonna pay me, right?
Right, you're gonna pay me, right?
Crazy is we ain't do it for the money.
Because I know you got it. Look, because just like Sip, I looked out into this audience, and I see it's at least 300 bucks.
Oh, I know you got it.
Somebody said a buck in the crowd, man. Somebody said a bucket. I mean, these two of these motherfuckers know me.
And I see at least 300 people out here, so I know.
Well, I'm glad they took care of you.
What's up, Justin? I see you. He said, I know y'all got a few dollars in the back.
Oh,
Twine.
Like, I know you got a couple extra dollars back there.
Twine, your birthday ain't supposed to be like this.
You got to go talk to Twine. You want to have a meeting at the SIP meeting.
Yeah, at the SIP meeting. I want a meeting too.
I want a meeting.
This is me. I want to cause problems.
SIP
done left?
Wait.
This is me. I'm going to go find a random fur just to walk in the back with.
More minutes, more money.
I want to find a random fur and walk in the back. Excuse me, I'm the star. I'm here.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
I love Phil.
Is they rocking the dang on building?
Yeah.
I had to ask that question. I don't even think about that shit.
Oh, D-Rock has arrived.
D-Rock in the
D-Rock in the D-Rock,
building.
Man, D-Rock is here.
This is what I just went through.
Let me tell you something.
That's why he popped up.
Feel like I was in Walden out playing Plead the Fifth.
Let me tell you something. Anytime, and we got to bring D-Rock on.
Yeah, D-Rock got to come on.
D-Rock got to come on for this. D!
What up?
What's going on?
What's happening? What's going on, y'all?
You up from your nap, boo?
What's up, baby? Yeah, you see me? You see
Hey, I want you to know that your fellow castmates and cast members talking about you right back there in the back. They waiting in the green room, they feel like, why they waiting so long? They've been here faster than you.
It's all
they might as well have took a nap.
They should have took a nap. That's what they said.
Hey, they just don't understand, man. Getting old, man. I'm telling you, getting old. I take a nap before I go to bed.
I take a nap before I go to bed.
D, hey.
Yeah.
You know, low key, I think I be doing that too. I just never looked at it that way.
You take a nap before you go to bed.
Yeah.
I don't
You get up for a little while.
Take a nap.
Get your stuff ready for tomorrow.
Take
Might watch the show, then go back to bed.
And go back to bed.
You gotta be up at 6 a.m.
And that's a beautiful night.
6 in the morning.
Hey, y'all make sure, I want all the hosts, make sure y'all sharing this. B. Jones, you make sure you share this to your people. Let them know that you're on front row with Michael J. Curtis. Y'all make sure your people are seeing this. We having a good time. We want them to have a good time with us. Make sure y'all following all the hosts here. We having a good time here with all our people. And make sure we get these banners up. And let
first popped up as soon as I went on this one.
He live right now? Oh, no, it's a video.
This is me. Sip doing live.
No,
I'm going to send him the link. Send a link.
Come on.
I'm like, come on, Sip.
He ain't gonna respond. He ain't got time for little people.
He ain't got time for us little people. Listen. Anytime somebody can show up to a show and we negotiate the price, D, you's a bad mother. Listen.
Oh,
you
my
bad.
God.
Listen,
Anytime you show up to a show and tell somebody, listen here, nigga, I spent $250 on my outfit.
Listen, man. Let me tell you something, man. First of all, Sip is a great friend of mine. If you asked him, he'll tell you. We used to do jokes. We used to do jokes in the barbershop. Like he wasn't even thinking about comedy. I kind of told him, I was like, man,
Sip still do jokes in the barbershop.
He's so damn funny though.
Sip is hilarious.
But
he's just
but
a
I'm
naturally
gonna say,
funny.
but I'm gonna say
naturally.
this. Naturally funny. But I'm gonna say this. Somebody just told me something. It's in between the comedians, so they know I ain't lying. I talked to maybe 5 comedians about the same issue. Somebody and 2 of them made sense. I was like, damn, I ain't think about it like that. They said the reason why Sip did not take stage is because he was scared when he saw the audience.
Oh, so we thought that his fans was out there.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Not Sip.
He got a couple people out there.
Not the headliner. Not Sip Sippy from Milwaukee.
Wait, scared why though? Was
Scared
they
of
white
what?
people?
There wasn't a lot of white people in there.
Let me tell you something. Sip go back like how about a cornbread.
He was nervous and ran out the building.
Like I said,
somebody screenshot our faces right now. I want somebody to screenshot this.
I have talked to 5 comedians. Well, 5 people. 2 of them not even comedians. One of them said, hey, man, I don't think it's got nothing to do with the money. I think Sip's scared to take stage. He ain't been on stage in a minute. And every time he get to a big show, he either pull this, oh, y'all ain't good enough, or blah, 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 or the money, or blah, blah, blah. He said, ain't nobody ever, why would you drive almost an hour and some change?
Hour and a half. It was hour.
An hour and some change. And then you don't even take the money you being offered that you already been talked about. You know ain't nobody finna come out your pocket and give you no another. Ain't nobody finna come out your pocket and give you. Ain't nobody finna come out double. Nobody does that. Chicago, New York, LA, nobody. New Orleans.
You can't do that nowhere. You can't do that nowhere.
Kevin can't do it. Nobody can do that. Dave Chappelle wouldn't even do no shit like that. He's the greatest.
It's unprofessional.
It's just bad business.
It's unprofessional. It's bad business.
Even if you get there, I mean, I know, and not to say that this should be the way, but even if you get there and something wrong with the money, I know people just because of their artistry and their professionalism that are going to continue to perform. Now they're going to let the people know afterwards and take their legal action what they need to do. But I got an audience here and these people pay money and they came to see me. I'm taking this stage.
Now let's be fair. I have not taken the stage in a way before.
I've seen Eric Benet do the same thing.
I've seen several.
Like you said, they take the money.
So they entertain just on the entertainment standpoint. Promoters do. I mean,
money.
You got janky promoters. Things happen, but you have people that really love their craft, love their name, and even though
we take
it's money involved, but it ain't all about the money. And I want to give my fans what they came for.
It's about the money.
Well, when you reach a level like Eric Benet, you know that people are coming.
That's the point I'm making. Just saying a level of professionalism.
Yeah, you know that people are coming to see you. It's different.
But you a headliner. And I don't care what level you on.
When you a headliner, people are coming to see you. But there are instances. Go ahead. I'm
Eric
sorry.
was a headliner, is what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
no, that's cool. Eric was a headliner, is what I'm saying. So on that note,
But it's way
when it
more
was
money
said to me twice by two different people, I'm like, damn, that do make sense.
It makes sense.
And then they was like, well, what's the bad part is the bad part about it all is who gonna book him now? Ain't nobody gonna book him. Or he'll do his own show, which he can. But who gonna really book? I'm not booking him if he'll pull some shit like that. And I think we better than that. I think we better than that.
But wait a minute.
I'm hoping he would never do me like that.
But that's the same thing. But see, the whole part about this is he did this to this wasn't another promoter. You did this to another comedian.
Maybe he don't respect that comedian.
Maybe.
But, I mean,
what the second person say? Hold on. What the second person say?
Second person says damn near the same thing. They was like, dude, I think Sip's scared because he ain't been on stage. They was like, when the last time you saw Sip on stage? When the last time we seen Sip on?
Like, I don't think.
When the last time we seen him though?
That anxiety, I still get anxiety sometimes if I ain't been on stage in a minute. I get anxiety.
It's like that crowd was like,
once
you have seen me win and mine when he'd be like, oh, I got this. Like,
B Jones, when you work, you out here getting it. Congratulations, you out here getting it. When have you seen Sip on stage in the last after Corona? Matter of fact, before Corona.
I met Sip when I was 16. That's the last time I ever seen him perform.
Damn, B Jones, you had to say that.
No, I'm for real.
I'm just playing.
I'm dead serious. When I was 16, I did some little stuff with my auntie. And that's the only time.
Listen,
my
nigga.
Sorry, Mom. I forgot.
No, I'm
right
pretty
there.
sure he performed after that, but I haven't been in the same show with him ever.
Hey,
like, I've never did a show with him.
I'm gonna be honest. I've
my
never.
nigga called. My nigga
yes,
called
I have.
me.
Yes, I have.
My nigga
yes,
called me and told me. He said, "When
we were at Skybox, so."
I'm saying it's been some years, fam. So and the nigga that said it, I won't put his name out there. The nigga that said it, I think he tighter to Sip than I am. So I'm like, I said, I won't put your name out there, man, but we supposed to be talking about it on Michael J. Curtis show tomorrow. So,
yeah,
I'm going to leave it like that. But, I mean, it is what it is. It's not a good look. We should all be upset about the situation. I know I never do no shit like that to nobody. I don't care if I get along with you or not. You just don't do nothing like that, man. You show up to a show. If your name on a flyer, you don't show up, that's on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you make people a little nervous about booking you when you do stuff like that.
No, not nervous, Mike. I'm not booking you.
You want to make me nervous about booking you?
I'm not booking you.
He did not show up. He showed up
and left.
He showed up.
Like,
that's the same thing as not showing up to me. You didn't get to this. You didn't come to the stage.
They was geek. Oh, Sip here. Oh yeah, he's really for the crowd.
You came. People came to see you. You didn't hit the stage. It's the same thing as you never arriving in this door. It may be more than stuff that you showed up and walked out the door.
It absolutely is.
So
you know what I'm saying?
After we talked about that, we was like, okay, we finna see what's up next because I told y'all all in the pre-show about how and that's Sip, that's my dude, and I'll stand on my words. I stand on what I said. Sip made me upset with him because he messed it up for a lot of other comedians, a lot of local comedians in Milwaukee that would never get the opportunity that he got when he did what he did to a promoter named Drac. Drac is nationwide.
I remember Drac.
And he comes, Drac come to town, and he at least put one local comedian on a national show, which was I can't think of the name of the damn show now, but anyway, Valentine's Day show. He always do that. The last time he did that, and he normally asked the three comedians that he got before from Milwaukee, like who next, who hot, and he asked me, he asked T-Dot, I'm pretty sure, and I'm pretty sure he asked Kelly, what y'all think about Sip, and I told him do it, get it in, and then I get a call the night of the show. I'm doing another show. I get a call the night of the show saying, man, from the host, man, who the fuck is this Sip dude? I said, what's going on? He said, man, he just showed up late. He showed up talking about a parking space. He showed up talking about he need 20 people backstage. And Drac told him he ain't going on his stage. Fuck him. And he made everybody in Milwaukee look bad. Drac called me 2 days later and was like, man, I'm never fucking with him again, and telling him he owed me my deposit. No, and that was true talk. So after that, it was like, damn,
I remember
you
seeing
fucking
on the
up with
flyer
everybody.
like that too.
Yeah, and he told him he's not fucking with him no more. And not only that, he not fucking with nobody other than the comedians he already dealt with. So anybody else that's coming up new and fresh and new face, that fucks it up for him because they did that shit. And I tried to explain to Drac, like, Drac, don't do that because of one nigga. Give everybody an opportunity. Like, no, you don't understand. I didn't only lose money. He lost credibility because he tried to make sure everybody that's on his flyer at least perform, and he didn't. So, like I said, I love Sip. I hope he do what he do. You know what I'm saying? We got other things, that about his family that I don't really agree with, but I wish him well and whatever he do. I want no ill will to nobody, man. But that's some foul shit. You don't do that, man. That's not comedy. That's not respecting the game of each other. That's the reason why promoters don't really fuck with us like that, because we can't even get along on some small shit like this. Like, come on, man, really?
But that's the
you
thing.
Get to the
like,
band birthday party and do some shit like that? That's not cool.
You don't. You can't
it's
do
funny,
it.
But it ain't cool.
It's funny. It's funny to us.
Say that cool.
It's just funny. I ain't gonna tell you. I cackle. I said, "What?
What?" It's fucking hilarious.
You told me to show. I said, "Then you
I don't even
so I can think about the drive back.
The drive back with no money in your pocket.
That was my first question.
Hey,
like, wait,
you went
don't
there.
get me wrong. I don't mean to bring his name up, but that's some Gigolo Jackson ass shit. You just don't do no shit like that.
That's a G.
Shout out to Gigolo.
Hey, my brother.
Long ass niggas.
That's my nigga.
Shout out to Gigolo.
That's my nigga.
And it's her. I love you.
Hey, got
Shout out to Jig.
You gotta show
And it's her.
coming up.
Shout out to him. I need a fur like Jig.
Sold out show coming out Memorial Day. That nigga stupid. But yeah, man, you don't do no shit like that.
Well, it's a number of things going crazy. Some things went crazy in Madison, some things went crazy in New York, some things may have gone crazy in Atlanta. The NBA fans have lost it. Have you seen this?
Lost it ain't the word, man. I'm actually clueless to some of this shit going on. I mean, I'm an NBA fan, as you know. I'm watching right now on TNT. I'm watching everything go down in the NBA. My Bucks is kicking ass. I'm letting y'all know right now we got plenty room on the bus.
Shout out to the Bucks.
Jump on the bus with the Bucks.
Top right.
Get your ass on the bus right now with my Bucks, because we kicking ass and taking notes. Real talk. I'm jumping the gun and telling them I think we're going to the finals. I think we're going to the finals. We're gonna have a hard time with New Jersey, but I think we can whoop New Jersey's ass. That is what it is. You fans,
if Giannis keeps showing up in them black dookies, we got it.
As long as the black dudes stay on. He said, "Where the man for?"
I don't know who put Giannis on the black dookie.
Yeah, but it may give him an edge. I'm glad that nobody has thrown popcorn and/or spit upon Giannis, as they've done Trae Young and Russell Westbrook.
Michael, let me tell you something about these damn fans. These fans got too much damn privilege. First of all, they just started letting us in the damn stadiums and telling us that we can only have half our friends there. Yeah, we can only have half our friends there anyway. Then you're going to throw some damn popcorn and spit on the... First of all, if they would have let Westbrook loose, Westbrook probably would have made another New York scene up in that bitch. I mean,
he
Indiana,
it would have been. No, you remember Ronald Green? It was World Peace.
Yeah,
it was Jermaine on there. It was the Pacers. Wasn't they going against the Pistons? It was the Pistons, right?
Pistons and Pacers.
Pistons and Pacers. Listen, I watched that in
Ron Artest. He would have Ron Artest that motherfucker if they would have let him go. Because Westbrook is a nut. It's something wrong with Westbrook.
Ain't nobody saying that. Everybody like, it was dog right there. Yeah. Just in case you hit the wrong motherfucker. It's this nigga right there.
You ain't gonna hit me, because that's definitely what I do.
You hit the wrong one. Hey, one got his season tickets took, and the other one, he can't even come to no more NBA games at all. This nigga gotta have a disguise.
Yeah. One of them spit on Trae. The one spit on Trae Young. See, that's the one I would have went to jail.
Like in the video, he
didn't know he got spit on. I don't think he actually got spit on. I think he just spit in his direction.
But
I don't think it ever reached him.
No, they said it reached him. But I mean, don't get me wrong. if I wanted to spit on anybody and I wouldn't do that, that's the nastiest shit in the world. I've been spit on before.
That's
That's
assault.
the worst shit in the world. Yeah, that's assault. But if you gonna spit on anybody, you should have spit on Trey Young. Trey Young been out there kicking your team ass, and that's the reason why they spit on him.
They spit on the right.
What you trying to say, D-Rock? He had a point.
Saying they spit on the right.
You said he had a right to be mad.
So they would spit on.
He had a right to be mad.
They was like, this motherfucker.
You know you gonna win, huh?
Fuck this shit.
I'll just spit on the coach.
Motherfucker.
You spit on Trey Young. Yeah, you go spit some more. Get some more. That's all you had.
So that's all that shit is.
That's the part that make me mad. The fact that you have to hawk that up from the back is what it is.
You the third row.
Yeah,
got some distance.
It got something, and you would the amount of effort you have to put into the spitting is what would have made me
You
mad.
got to be quick too, because only
You have
5
to be
seconds.
quick, yeah. The fact
You got 5 seconds. to get
you
the ball in the
intentionally was being like really evil at that point,
You
and that's what would have made me.
What's your third
You were
quarter?
thinking about it, and that's what would have made me mad, and I would have had to fight. See, I would have been the bird eye in me would have been ready to fight me. I can't do it.
Hey, but y'all see what type of effort this fan did. First of all, he had on the mask, so he had to pull the mask down, hawk that shit up, and spin his direction to put his mask back on. First of all, you don't need to be doing that. If you got caught, you don't need to be doing that because nigga, I would have turned around like it was somebody behind me. You supposed to be.
But I think spitting in COVID.
But no, he was on camera.
But I feel like spitting during COVID should be a higher. It should be a higher crime.
It's assault.
It's a pandemic. No, it should be beyond that though.
And it's a hate crime.
Well,
you can't be spitting. Exactly. You can't be.
What the person spit vaccinated?
No, I don't care. You can't be passing no doggone bodily.
You can't be just.
You didn't have a charge for being vaccinated.
Yes.
No.
Now I don't want to spit when I say this.
Listen,
but I want to bring it up because it's a big deal.
The two
Big Soulja versus
the
Bow
2
Wow.
times I've been spit on.
Versus battle?
Yes.
That's happening
Oh,
for real?
we're going to something.
Big Soulja, Bow Wow versus. Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to get a headband. I'm writing Gucci on it. I'm gonna run it through the dirt 3 times.
Running through the dirt.
I'm just so confused.
I
want it to be nice and dingy. I want y'all to know.
Listen, first of all, man, leave Big Soulja, Little Soulja, whatever his name is. Leave
Big
him
Soulja, me and
alone.
Big Soulja is
What
tight.
is
We
his
like
name?
this.
Soulja Boy.
Soulja Boy.
Draco.
Big Draco.
That's all he look. All he got. So I know the rules for verses. You gotta have like 20 hits
No.
to qualify.
Don't sleep on
I
my
don't
boy.
even know that he.
Don't sleep on my boy. Don't sleep
Who
on my
is your
boy.
boy?
Don't sleep on my boy.
I didn't say feeders don't count. I don't know what he on.
All
I know
he is a trendsetter. He is a trendsetter.
That's the only song I know. And I only know that because of
They got
TikTok.
song together. No Bow Wow.
I don't know if
They
they
got a
do.
song together.
I don't know if they do.
You know they friends.
And
they
I
like
know,
frenemies.
And the other song
They
that I know
frenemies.
is
You remember the MySpace videos, B? I like you don't remember them videos. You remember the videos where they had the fake?
That's how y'all
Yes.
know I'm old.
You don't remember the fake goons standing in the back?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, first of all, you went and walked these niggas up from their nap.
I'm Team Bow Wow.
For
the record, I'm Team Bow Wow.
Put your black beater on.
Put your black beater on. And where your black Air Forces at? Put them on too.
I've been on since I was 6, nigga.
I've been on.
I need to get me a Bow Wow shirt made because I'm Team Bow Wow.
You Team Bow?
Hey, no. Listen, did y'all see Soulja Boy get into a Milwaukee's own?
Really?
I think Soulja Boy on crack.
Soulja Boy got into it. Deontay Garrett.
I think Soulja.
Went to Benson. He's playing the NBA.
Soulja Boy might not show up.
Soulja Boy said he wanted to box Deontay.
No, Soulja Boy might not show up. He ain't been looking too good lately.
Soulja Boy look like he on.
He ain't looking too good. I think he doing. I don't know what he doing.
But they say he is. They say he
gotta
is
be
doing something.
He
They
gotta
say
be
he
doing something. He look like a
Thriller.
They say he doing something.
Yes.
But let me tell you something. Y'all thought that verse with the Ozzy brothers was good. Let me explain something to you. When they do that Sierra and Bow Wow song, I ain't never.
I was gonna sing that too.
Show me
We all know I sing together.
And I believe it.
I ain't never had nobody do me like you.
Mike, first of all, I'm mad at you, Mike, for even going back and talking about the Ozzy brothers. And don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm gonna go crazy.
First of all, that wasn't Ozzy brothers.
Y'all thought I was in rare form during Keisha and Ashanti. When Big Draco hit the screen, it's over. I'm going crazy. It's over. I'm going crazy. When Big Draco get up there, I want to see what he got on. If he ain't got on the Gucci headband, I ain't watching it.
Been doing this shit. Man.
If he got been doing it.
He might have that same outfit on he had on.
He paid away.
He might have on that very same Gucci headband that he's famous for.
Drake. I gotta teach him everything he knows. Drake.
I had to see what the world was
Drake.
Drake.
The one that's hot.
The kid from the world.
The word of what I have from his kid.
I think he might have that very same outfit on. I would not be surprised.
Listen, I am here
oh my Lord.
For every part of this battle. This battle is going to give me everything I need. Versus you have outdone yourselves. I
heard this battle. I heard this versus too. I heard Pretty Ricky and B2K at the end.
No.
They do that.
Well, I know.
Hey, if they do Pretty Ricky and B2K, I'm coming out in red draws. I swear to God.
I want to be there.
Y'all remember them red draws Spectacular had on in that video? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? Don't act like y'all don't.
Time out.
What?
Time out, Mike. Don't ever talk about you coming out some red. Why would we want to know that?
Hey, D-Rock, you may not know this, but it's people that want to see me in red draws. I'm just saying.
Oh, will you not say that again, please?
I'm gonna sip my red wine.
Keep saying it keep saying red draws.
What about him? I'm gonna do it.
I got my house.
It's okay. Red draws is all right. Red draws.
If any,
yes.
Red draws.
Red draws. Yep. Bringing up red draws. Meghan McCain and Joy Behar on The View. Apparently, their little spats have gotten a little too deep because the president of ABC said, "Hey, ladies, it's getting a little too personal. Calm it down." What y'all think about this?
I have no comment at all.
Whoopi?
This is my whole thing.
I want to know where Whoopi.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Whoopi is not my favorite moderator for The View.
I love Whoopi.
They're not my favorite. I don't even I can't even watch. I used to love The View, but The View ain't the View that it
used to be.
Was The View used
is my
to
girl?
be
My girl Eve still on there? Is my girl Eve still on there?
First of all, that's a talk, and that's off-brand View.
Oh,
that's kind of like great value.
Great value View.
Hey,
that's great value.
You see how interested I am. So okay.
Wait a minute. Here's the thing. This is why I let you take NBA, and you let me take.
Yeah. So what you? Because I'm gonna need to hear your take on this because I haven't. I'm gonna be honest. I know the players, but I haven't watched the show to know their.
I'm gonna say this. I don't think that Meghan McCain works for daytime television just because she has solidified in her mind that her job is to be a political analyst rather than a daytime talk show host. And there's one thing to come from a conservative perspective. It is a whole nother thing for you to miss the mark. And I think for her, she's missed it because yes, you are to bring a conservative voice, but you also have to be likable. And you also where you go? We'll bring D back up.
I'm right here.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Is that boost mode? You got boost mode.
Here's the disrespect.
Hey,
I know boost mode.
I accidentally thought I could answer a text. I thought I could answer a text while you was talking.
You said they gotta call you back later.
They better comment on this live.
They gotta comment on the live.
It takes you in the comments.
That's in the comments.
That's what I was
just trying to write comments.
That's exactly what I
was
trying to tell them.
Or as we just call it the comments.
I was trying to tell them we on live. Stop.
They can hear you in the comments.
In the
comments.
Go ahead.
But no. So I think she hasn't. I thought that eventually she'll warm up, and she has warmed. But I don't think she fits daytime television. I think she would be great in more of a cable news show. I think kind of more of a Nancy Grace type show. She would be awesome. But I don't think The View is a platform for her.
Okay, well,
so you think she's going to take over? Who's going to take over for Ellen DeGeneres? Who's going to take over for her?
Well, the person that's going to take over for Ellen DeGeneres is going to be Kelly Clarkson. Is she able to do that? We have some opinions. We have other co-hosts who has other things to say. Let's see what she has to say. All right. You can't make that face, though.
That's enough for me.
One of our coaches tells Sheila has an opinion about Kelly Clarkson taking over.
No.
No. Why not?
No.
Why not?
She is so boring.
Is she?
Yeah.
Ellen.
She is so boring.
She ain't even like a
Why you think she comes on in the middle of the night?
When everybody sleep.
You talking about Kelly?
Because when
she's talking about Kelly, and she's absolutely right.
Yes.
She's so,
All right, well, Ma, we'll come back to you. It's a no. It's gonna be a no. Ma says it's a no. It's a no for her. We'll be back with you.
Boring.
But no, that's basically how it is. So Kelly Clarkson is supposed to be taking over for Ellen.
Wait, like when you say not taking over that time slot?
Taking over the time, not her show.
So what about okay, I know this went on the agenda, but one of my favorites, Nick Cannon, made an announcement, and everybody thought it was gonna be about another one of his babies. Because Nick, I don't know why they talking about Nick and his babies, because he seemed to be a good baby daddy.
Because he got about 15 of them.
Got all his baby mamas, everybody seemed together and smiling and happy. So worry about yourself. But Nick announced today that he is coming to daytime TV. Number 5. I mean, listen, he got another talk show. Nick is coming to daytime. He said this,
and he's gonna be good.
The Nick Cannon show.
And he gonna be good.
That's the reason for my point is she taking that time slot, because I don't know what network. He ain't gave all the details, but he is coming to daytime talk, and it's called the Nick Cannon Show, and that's coming this fall. He just announced that today. So everybody thought it was gonna be an announcement about this new next baby that's supposed to be coming, but he made an announcement.
Hey, Robin, I heard about that. Robin, he's taking over for that other dude.
Okay, he is. It is replacing.
Who's the other dude? Who he taking over for? Steve Harvey?
Wendy Williams.
Show your love.
Who?
He's taking over for Steve?
He's taking over for the other dude, Wendy Williams.
Because you know this Wendy last season. Them legs have swollen up enough. She is done.
He's taking over for that. He's taking over for the other nigga.
We were waiting.
I went right in. Then you can tell me and D-Rock calls for real. Because I was picked up. I grabbed it. When he threw the ball, I caught it.
Look, I was
Wendy Williams. The dude, yeah.
They have happened. Wendy ain't no longer has.
No, but for real, he is taking over.
Nick is gonna do great, and they need to let Kelly stay home. But Nick is gonna do amazing.
Kelly's job is
Nick gotta secure the bag.
Season 87
for all those little ones, and I don't think he will have any problem doing it.
Let me tell you something. You know what?
Nick is gonna do a wonderful job for Wendy Williams. I think he's gonna step in and take over dude's time slot.
He guested on there when she was, when Wendy went on her, when she was, whatever was going on.
Him and the white dude. The white dude him and the other white dude that played in, that played in, what was that, American Pie? Was it American Pie that he played in?
I don't remember.
But they were trying to give him a show. They wanted to put him on with Kelly, on live with Kelly and Michael before they gave it to Michael Strahan.
Well, if I don't know his name, I don't want him to come on. But I'm here for Live with Nick Cannon.
I'm here for it too.
And look, and I don't mean to take over Michael, but speaking of, I have to do like you right now.
You're a co-host.
But speaking of, this made me think of another one of our topics.
What?
And that is Mr. Russell Simmons and Kimora Russell suing Kimora and her current husband, baby dad. Are they married?
Yeah,
but
they married.
It made me think when I was speaking of Nick and the relationships that he has, and people are saying he needs to stop. But apparently at this point, there is no drama, at least, and everybody is okay and seems happy. And I believe the kids are taken care of and everything is going well. Well, the issue with Russell and Kimora, and I'm actually on Russell's side with this.
Of course.
He's planning to sue them, but Russell has been very, 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 very understanding. He's like, I've never told her no for anything. He's like, I've given more than she would have got had they gone to court. He's just very he's a great father to his daughters, and Kimora's had her way. He's friendly with all her boyfriends and husbands and new baby daddies, whatever she chooses to do. He's been very supportive, but this time she's crossed the line and went behind his back, and he's given her opportunity to fix it with this company that he brought her in as a partner, and her current husband got into some legal trouble, and since they had access to the company, they took the money to pay for legal fees and bail or whatever they did with him, and they went over into Russell's share, and all he's asking is to give my money back, and she being a bitch about it. So now he's
But you want to know why? You want to know why? Because she feels as though, why is this any different? You can tell this is his baby mama. Because
she been doing it. Like he said, and that's his reason for suing. Yeah. Because he's saying, I've given, if she would have asked him, it probably would be different. But the fact that they snuck and did it, and had to find out, that's what the issue is.
Let me tell you why Russell's suing. The nigga. Let's be clear. Yeah. And the nigga ain't even a nigga. Yeah. But let's be clear. Yeah. He's suing because of
you snuck and did this behind my back.
And you doing it for
you doing it for him.
It ain't even about my kids.
It ain't about you.
Yeah, it ain't about you. And it's not about my kids. So now there's no leeway.
We ain't had no issues over all these years. I've given you everything you asked for. You can do whatever you want. And now you gonna sneak and do something for this nigga?
That's bringing our coaches. Let's see what our coaches think about it. Let's bring in the coaches.
You got
Coach Sarita's here. Coach Sheila's here. It's a lot. So we've been looking at this story, have we not? And this is the story of Russell and Kimora. And she goes and she forges his name to do certain things. Why, as a woman, do you think that she thought that this was okay?
I think it's just like he said, what you allow continues. So if you continue to allow it, but at the same token, being on the other side, I feel like she should have said something to him. And then
definitely should have said something. Yeah, as you come into this, you now have this business, and women kind of forget. A man looks at you differently when you have his children and it's just you. He looks at you differently than if you have his children, it's you, and then now you're married.
Yeah, he feels responsible.
I'm responsible
he
for
feels
you.
responsible. My kids, both of my kids, I have a great situation. They're very supportive. Their families are very supportive. Yeah. They love, and they're going to make sure that not only my kid, I got 2 different kids but they look at both of them as the same. Yeah. And not only my kids are okay, but that I am okay. Yeah. And that's all I get that. So, but then once you put this, it's like, hold on, you can't take from what we got.
You can't just do what you want to do now. Hold on. I felt like I wasn't responsible, but once I got you married off, I thought we was good.
And I also feel like the one kid is it's the oldest daughter's birthday today too. So it's like it's really
no, it's not. I thought he made it clear that it wasn't. He just shouted her out saying that he loved her, and his last sentence, because we don't be. That's he said when we were. It's not her birthday. He just wanted to express his love to his baby.
Okay.
So it's not a wasn't a birthday.
As a celebrity, you got to do all this extra shit.
Yeah, he just was saying. Yeah, he just made a long post saying how beautiful she was and how proud that he was of her. That's my baby daddy. Shout out. I just shouted you.
What's up, the baby Drew? What's going down? Listen, okay, so I was trying to name baby Drew since you watching. Okay, side note. I was trying to name y'all podcast, right? And I was like, Robert, you should call it Baby Drew and his baby mama. You tell me what you think about it. You tell me what you think about it later on. In your comments. That's not what we're gonna I thought it was cool.
We already got a name for it.
I thought it was nice. I thought it was a cool title. It was just me. I thought it was cool.
No. Okay. But yeah, he was just shouting out his daughter. He made a post just complimenting her and whatever. Yeah. But then anytime people see stuff like that, they assume like you can do it about yourself, your brother. They be like, "Happy birthday, happy birthday!" Yeah. And he said, "It's not her birthday."
He had to go back to edit it.
But people do that just because they think anytime you post a picture and you talking about a person and giving them props that it's their birthday. Yeah. But it wasn't her birthday. See, she thought it was her birthday. And it ain't her birthday.
Well, yeah, because initially when he put it out there, he must have edited it because he didn't say anything like that.
Yeah, he probably did because people started saying happy birthday. So like the last note, he's like, FYI, it's not her birthday.
Okay.
It's not. Well, since we have the coaches up, I think we should talk about something else and another music star. Speaking of Russell Simmons, let's speak of Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga came out recently speaking about an incident she had. And I want to talk about it because I have the coaches here now. The incident she had with the producer, where she was assaulted and raped. From that rape,
she was allegedly assaulted because this is not going to court, and
according to Gaga.
Yes.
According to Gaga. Let's say it that way. According to Gaga, she was assaulted by a producer and then became pregnant. Yeah.
Did she have a baby?
I don't think she had.
Right. So allegedly.
Yeah. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Weird coochie.
Allegedly.
I heard Gaga got it done.
No, she got a weird coochie.
I heard Gaga got it going on. You seen how she was singing?
Oh, we apologize.
No.
Drew said he's watching as an interested supporter, not as my baby daddy.
Not Robin Reed's baby.
And we don't even use baby daddy.
He ain't watching
that's my son's father.
He said
he's supporting the show.
He said he's interested in the show. Shouts out. Yeah, you gotta kick Robin to the side.
Hey, man, I'm here. I'm just watching.
He said, "I'm watching the show."
It was only because of the time that the comment popped in, and I was just acknowledging my kid's father.
Yes, it works out. It's really dope. But no, what do you all think about that? Have you had a chance to look at this story?
I have. I'll start. I have, and this segues into another person that we have on the list as well. But I have mixed feelings about all of this. Similarly to Bill Cosby, who was denied his parole and all these things. And the reason I pointed alleged, when you talk about sexual assault and rape, it's a very, very, very touchy subject, but it is on both sides. And I'm never a victim blamer or discrediting a victim, but at the same time, or an alleged victim, but at the same time, I'm also a mother of sons, and I have brothers, and I have sons' fathers, and I have a dad and close friends, and have been in positions. We as women are very powerful, and our words mean a lot. And especially when you say that, like, just as us sitting here right now, I could leave here and say that he assaulted me because he put his hand on my thigh, right here. But it's that simple to say assault when you're working with. But I was
there. She lying.
But it's so it's so easy.
It's on camera, man.
So I
do this.
Right.
So what I do respect Gaga in. I have mixed feelings, number one, and I know the trauma and all that comes with that. But at the same time, when you wait for so long, because she mentioned this in what I read, she mentioned the whole Me Too thing and all of that. Name this individual. So this happened a long time ago, and she's talking about it, but she doesn't want to still name this person, and she's not going that route.
I wish Bill Cosby accusers thought the same thing.
I'm not. Right. So I'm like, when I say it's mixed, it's like, well, what's the point in you saying it? So for her, I can respect it because I feel like she's telling her story. It may be something that she needs to do as something, for healing for herself. I'm not trying to get nobody in trouble.
Because she stepped away from music.
Yeah, I'm not trying to drag anybody's name through the mud or do anything like that. So I can respect that. But then there's other people, it's like, okay, well, what's your point now, 20 years later or all these years later? Yeah. Is it to ruin them? Is it to get back? Is it just not like I just can't really understand how that works, because I'm telling today.
Tonight. But you know what? Here's the thing though. But I think because let's be transparent for a moment. I think you and I have a healthy relationship with sex, right?
Yes.
We look at it a certain way. And I think most of the people here on the panel do. D-Rock. D-Rock.
Sleep.
D-Rock.
I'm not sleep.
D-Rock does D-Rock. I like D-Rock.
I'm listening. Okay. Go ahead.
All the people on the panel, y'all gotta listen. I think those you like all the people on the panel. If you have a healthy relationship with sex, you kind of know like what's okay and what's not. You kind of are more sensitive to like what's good and what isn't, what makes me uncomfortable. Men don't really talk about what makes them uncomfortable unless they're talking about gay stuff, but whatever. So then if you're doing that and you're in a place where Gaga is and she's younger and she's impressionable.
Yeah, she mentioned a threat of them destroying her music or something. So in her case, it's a little bit, in some of those cases when they're in the industry and they have something to like hold over their head.
Right.
And they still ain't like me because I'm still like that I'm telling you, going to jail.
You're going to jail.
But I get
you're gonna lose your job.
You're gonna lose. Yeah, you're about to lose your job.
You about to lose your job.
But she did mention the threat of him saying that he would destroy her. You know, the producer, so he would destroy the music or take whatever away from her.
But
so
she had become pregnant, so why not? She didn't move forward with the pregnancy, but
she had the best case out of anybody out here.
Yeah, once you get a baby,
she had some whole DNA.
It's a whole situation going on.
But I wouldn't have said go forth and necessarily had that baby.
Yeah, but you know who done?
Yeah, she out the all. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm glad we have the coaches. I'm glad we have our co-host Z-Rock, a comedic legend, passed away not so long ago, by the name of Paul. Let me tell you something about Paul Mooney. Paul Mooney has to be. People speak about people like Dave Chappelle. They speak about the greats like Richard Pryor. They do speak about people like Chris Rock. But I think a number of people do forget on stage. Paul Mooney, my God. Like that man,
he's a pioneer.
That man was dope.
Like all of those people that you name looked up to him.
Paul Mooney was amazing.
Robert Townsend gave him a big old shout out.
But Robert Townsend is amazing.
Right.
Oh my God! Like Robert Townsend is dope. Huh? Who, Paul Mooney?
Yeah. I feel like it wasn't. I thought he wasn't expressing enough.
I feel like there were some things that went on behind the scenes with Paul Mooney that weren't discussed, and I think Paul Mooney wasn't discussed as a favor to him. If he wasn't discussing as much, that was good for him. So, D-Rock, what would be your outlook or your reflection on this legend, comedic legend that we're speaking about here in a Paul Mooney?
First of all, Mike, when I got into comedy, I had to do history. I had to go back and check my books on, who was who and who did what and blah blah blah. And I'm strange like that. I watch credits at the end of a movie just to find out who was the writers, who was all that type of stuff. So when I saw the movie called Bustin' Loose, it was a movie out, Bustin' Loose, with Richard Pryor. It was a guy that was in the truck with Richard Pryor, going back and forth with Richard Pryor. That guy was Paul Mooney. Started looking up his name and whatnot. Now, Mike, I have something on my Facebook page, my YouTube page about me going to New York. I went to New York, had a great time on my birthday. That night, I ended up going to Caroline's. Guess who was there? Paul Mooney. Wow. Paul Mooney was there. I wanted to meet him. I walked up to him. This is a true story. I walked up to him right before the show. He did 2 shows. I walked up to him after the second show, introduced myself, and he was like, "Oh yeah," and I'm like, "Damn, that was kind of, it didn't hit me right." And he had an assistant with him, a female assistant, and she said, "Are you performing tonight?" And I said, "Well, I was trying to get permission from him because of the person that told me if I get permission from him, I could." And he's like, "No, you don't have my permission." He was like, "I don't know who you are." And I said, "Okay." He said, "Did you buy my book?" I said, "No, I didn't buy your book. I just wanted to take a picture with you and get you on my camera and shake your hand." And he stuck his hand out like for a dap. And I felt disrespected. But living the life that I've lived in comedy, you hear that a million times. Comedians come up to you and say, "Hey, man, I'm a comedian. Hey, man, I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm doing that." B. Jones can say it. B. Jones can even say, some people come up to him and say, "Hey, man, I'm a comedian, or I do what you do." And sometimes you take it as a disrespect. So I had to look back on that and say, well, maybe I kind of disrespected him and he didn't really know what angle I was coming on. I came like I'm a comedian. I was standing behind that because I'm very confident in myself. But he probably looked at it like, "Oh, so you a comedian too? What, you trying to take my shine?" Right. So when I heard he was sick, when I heard the stuff that he went through about being accused of raping Richard Pryor's son, about all this type of stuff, and he's dead and gone in the ground and buried. So I respect that. But when you look back on a comedian's life and what they went through, being the pioneers of this game, I respect Paul Mooney. I respect his son. I actually worked with his son before. And in Indiana, we worked before on stage, and his sons are very, very funny. So I do respect him. Going too soon, I wouldn't really say that because he has lived this time in comedy. He was a beast on the stage. Never bit his tongue on anybody, whether it was black, white, Puerto Rican, Mexican. That was just his persona and what he did. I thank Dave Chappelle for bringing him back out as a writer and making the Dave Chappelle show a great show. But Paul Mooney, rest in peace. And hey, from one comedian to another one, y'all already know. I love comedy and I love comedians. So Paul Mooney, rest in peace.
Rest in peace to Paul Mooney. I'll say one of my favorite, and that's what I want to ask you, D-Rock. What's your favorite Paul Mooney joke? MB Jones, I'm asking that too. My favorite
Paul Mooney. I love the way Paul Mooney. First of all,
the microphone.
Niggas, let me tell you something, niggas. Niggas, let me tell you something, nigga. Every time you come, nigga, you look like a nigga, and when you leave, you look like a nigga. Nigga, I wish you would. Nigga, I don't give a damn, nigga. If you call me a nigga 12 nigga times, you still a nigga. Nigga. I love the fact that he can. I love the fact that he do that. And he didn't care. He didn't care about who said what. Yeah, he didn't give a damn. He just said what he said.
The man had a Miss America joke.
It wasn't no particular joke. It was just a stage presence.
No,
the stage presence I love. For real talk.
He had a Miss America joke that I was crying laughing at. He was like, Miss America. Like what he doing? I'm like, oh my God, he's hilarious. Paul Mooney is so funny. So shout out to Paul Mooney, the legend. Paul Mooney, you say what you want to say. He may not have wrote. He said, I didn't write for Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor was a genius, niggas. Richard Pryor was a genius. I didn't write for Richard
Pryor. And Mike, let me comment on that too.
Let
me comment on that. I wish y'all would. It's a comedian out here by the name. Some of y'all probably don't know him, but Eddie Griffin. Eddie Griffin used to say that all the time. He used to say nobody wrote for Richard Pryor. If you in the room, if we all in the room together,
listen, that's a lot.
Say something funny, and I take it to the stage, that don't mean we wrote this joke together. That means I heard something funny and I took it to the stage. That's what used to happen to Richard Pryor all the time. So he did not write for Richard Pryor. He even said it. He didn't write for Richard Pryor. He wrote some stuff down for a couple movies, but no, he didn't write for Richard Pryor. That was not true. And if y'all go back and check your history, for Harlem Nights, he turned down Eddie Murphy. He was supposed to do a part in Harlem Nights. He turned it down because he thought there was too many legends already on the show. So that's a little bit of insight.
More people out of Harlem Nights to be dead now.
He said he didn't want to do it.
Damn near the whole.
I'm not gonna lie to you though. I do not want Kevin Hart redoing Harlem Nights. I promise I don't want him to
some stuff you need to just leave alone.
Just leave it alone.
Even if that would be the wrong move. Kevin, don't do it.
Oh no.
Kevin, don't do it.
You know what? I wouldn't have picked LeBron James for Space Jam, but there are people that probably wouldn't have picked Michael Jordan for Space Jam. So who's to say?
But this is my thing with that. Can I say something real quick, Mike?
You're not commenting too much. You can never comment too much. Thank you so much. It says, I hope I'm not commenting too much. This is the best podcast I've seen lately.
Thank you.
We take this on.
I'm tired of people always trying to remake something. Don't remake nothing. Just do what you do. Don't
do
it. Should have been Space Jam 2. It should have just been.
Absolutely.
It should have just been a movie with LeBron James. Don't redo nothing. Somebody said they're gonna redo House Party. Nigga, don't redo nothing. Just do.
And wasn't it like 3 house parties?
It was 4 house parties.
It ain't. Yes. And they already made a sequel. Just let that go.
Somebody want to recreate it. Like, no, let it go.
No, it's not needed.
And I mean,
stuff is already created.
I guess that's saying that is great. You're giving, I guess, or you think that you're giving homage to it. And maybe that's their way of not making something that we say, oh, they come in on a house party. So.
But the thing about it is, I would rather you, because let's be real. Everybody does not have that experience, and that experience was very different. Like if you speak about
this
my
era,
you see what I'm saying? You speak about my era or my childhood.
House parties.
We didn't call them house parties. Mm-hmm. We called them basement parties. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? We stopped doing basement parties when people started getting shot. And that's when we started.
My 21st birthday party was a house party. We started that out.
No, but you know what I'm saying? But what year was that?
I did a house party for my 40th party, but that's the era that I'm from.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the era.
Yeah.
So for me, being a 90s kid, what's year for you? 90s kid. For us, it was Pretty Ricky.
Yeah.
Basement party.
Dashes.
Bashes. You said and bashes.
Going to the bash.
We're going to the bash. You know what I'm saying? So it was very different. And then we had flyers. Let's put it this way. We had flyers. We knew what neighborhood we was going to. We knew what house we was going to. We knew what high school they went to. They didn't necessarily go to your high school. At house party, when you watch the movie, everybody went to the same high school.
Yeah, it's like a lack. It's almost like a lack of creativity. Like you're taking the easy way out. Like you kind of got a blueprint, so you change a little bit of something, and like you make it something new, but you really haven't. No, the original.
Be creative. Come up with something else different.
But here's the difference. When you hear about people that work in the art industry, whether it's hip hop, whether it's rock, whether it's whatever they do. When you hear about it coming from the era where we appreciate the movies that came out, where we appreciate the music that came out, these weren't people that had to go get degrees to be a part of the job. These were people that just had a passion for what they did. You feel what I'm saying? A person who was a DJ became a DJ because, you know, when DJ Envy tells his DJ story, he doesn't say, I went and got a music degree.
Right.
And a production degree, and then I went and interned here, and then I went and did this. You know, it was more of I had a passion for what I wanted to do, and I followed it, and that passion is what opened the door. Now, it's not in people, it's on them. It's the difference, and I think if we open up more so and let people who just have a passion for the work get into certain positions, then we'll see some of the same great work that we saw before.
It's like John Singleton working with the Ice Cube or
you know what I'm saying?
and how they start in those classes. Can't nobody touch them. You can't remake a Boys in the Hood or Menace to Society.
No.
Or like this.
Don't speak that up, Robin. Don't speak that up. Somebody will
do it. Somebody be like, Menace to Society 2.
Well, that was actually the anniversary.
You know that Menace 3 Society.
Especially if it's not the people.
They're gonna do another. I'm like, don't do that.
And everybody had different opinions about it. I actually liked it, but like, if it is the original people, like I like what Eddie did with the Coming to America sequel, but it was the original people, and they chose to go back and do a sequel. It wasn't a remake per se of the movie. I'm okay with that. But this like, we gonna try to do it over again? No.
Lena Waithe has.
Can I tell y'all something funny? So we was with Vivica Fox 3 weeks ago, Mother's Day weekend, and we was just sitting up there bored. Me and Vivica was sitting over there bored. You know, we older, so we was bored. Kelly was having a good time hosting the show. Everybody having a good time. Me and Vivica was up there chopping it up. She said, D-Rock, you know what the dumbest thing I heard today? I said, what? She said, these Milwaukee people crack me up. I said, what? What did you hear? She said, this nigga asked me, is it going to be a Set It Off Part 2? I told that nigga I died. I thought it was going to be a Part 2. Boy, I fell out laughing, dude.
He said, I died. I
they already did the thing. That's why he let it go.
He said, nigga, I died.
She said, nigga, I go.
Speaking of Vivica,
I died, man. I fell out laughing.
That's
my girl.
He ain't got no baby mama. Speaking of, would you stop it? No, that's not his baby mama.
Would you stop it?
That's not his baby mama. He's not having a kid with her.
Making up stuff. B. Jones making up
stuff. She didn't say anything about her. So speaking of Vivica, and it
stuff.
really goes into a segue of another topic that we have on the show today, which was J Lo. And her, but with Diddy and the J Lo throwback Thursday, but Vivica did a flashback Friday today with 50 Cent. And it was real thirsty. But I ain't gonna trip. But Cuban Link responded to it. That's his current girlfriend, his current young girlfriend, and she didn't respond directly to the post. So Vivica made the post on Instagram, and it was a series of posts. So it was a video clip of when thank you for Vivica for wearing that dress tonight. She had video clips and picture of him and her, and it was about 4 or 5 slides on Instagram. So Cuban took to Twitter with the violin and like it's giving menopause, and she had all these comments to say. So the commentary kind of to me backfired on her. So people showed her response, but I said the shade room should have been showing the comments. Like, hold on, girl. 50 and Vivica been the same age bracket.
And
like,
you're not.
Look. 50 gonna need Viagra in a minute, honey. You better hope you make it to menopause age. So you need to relax.
Well, let's have a conversation. So
You never know if 50 already using Viagra.
Exactly.
Probably him being on steroids and stuff. Because think about it, he was on steroids and all that different stuff that he's been doing. Ain't no telling.
What you mean?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
How old
You
you think
think 50
I
was in
am?
his 40s?
He done her 50?
How old you think I am?
Almost 50.
Yeah, so
He in his 40s, yes.
46, 47.
I'll be 45, sweetheart. We grown up in here. Some of us.
I ain't that grown.
Some of us is that grown.
Yeah, we grown. We grown.
I ain't that grown yet.
He
You ain't
ain't
gonna be
that ain't.
talking about
We are grown.
Oh, 50 Cent is 45.
Oh, you gotta get these jobs.
I want you to Google.
I gotta go get ready for a show.
Oh, look.
50 ain't
I gotta go
old.
get ready for a show to get ready for a flight. But y'all have a
Where
great
the
show.
show?
I'll let y'all
Wait, where the show at?
Where's the show?
Is it in Madison or where? Oh.
It's
He don't know how to get his calendar.
No, it's not in Madison.
Can we go? It's out of town.
Where's your show, D-Rock?
Hey, I want to go to Madison.
Where the show, D-Rock, before you get off? Is it local or no?
It is local. It's right in Racine. It's at a golfing club. It's a private party. So.
Oh, all right. Bye then, since I can't come.
Love y'all. Love y'all.
Plus
See y'all
one.
later.
Love you. Be safe.
See you later.
See you, twin. But yeah, so that I just since he brought up Vivica, I just thought it was timely because we didn't have that. That was new because that just happened today.
That was new, and I'm glad you brought that
Yeah,
up
that
because we're
happened
gonna segue to the other couple.
Yeah, right.
The other throwback.
Mm-hmm.
But 50 responded. He talked about the relationship they had, when they were together. He spoke about how the publicist and a number of other people got into the middle of their relationship, which lets me know that they both feel as though if they didn't have those people in the middle, that they would still be together.
See, I didn't know he responded, but somebody, I can't remember where, if it was on a friend's Facebook post or somebody commented similar to what you're saying. Like, she better chill because 50 gonna respond and she gonna be surprised because he gonna defend Vivica, or it's gonna be something that she not expecting. And my thing is, I get it. To me, it was young. I mean, I get it. Okay, you're meant, but it's giving a whole lot of insecurity. It's giving you're with him, you posting with him, you hanging with him. You didn't have to say nothing. If anybody was going to address her,
let's be fair,
or address her directly. Well, I think my thing was that it was indirect. If you was going to comment, you could have commented. If you was going to
be grown, be grown.
Comment on her post.
Exactly.
Like,
hey,
hello.
Hey, it's a little rude.
You went because for me, until I saw a different post, because I didn't see the shade room stuff or any of that. I followed Jamira or Cuban Link on Twitter. So I was seeing her post, but I didn't know what the hell she was talking about. Because she just out the blue saying stuff. Yeah. But the post that she's responding to was on Instagram.
But you know what? Here's the thing for me. Me myself. If I was Cuban Link, whatever her name is.
Jamira Haynes. Cuban Link.
I would have took offense.
Right. I'm not saying she shouldn't have taken offense, but I'm saying if you're going to address
sometimes
it,
we get like that,
but
right?
she addressed it as she not wrong for taking. I ain't gonna say offense because I don't know if offense is the right word. Because that is somebody from this.
Well, let's put it out there.
But feeling away, she ain't wrong for feeling away.
She's not, because let's be clear.
It's a way to address it. And who you were really addressing it with? Because my thing is gonna be like, well, why does she feel like it's okay to post this?
That was my whole thing.
I'm gonna be like, she's
B. Jones,
feeling real comfortable.
So B. Jones, you have let's put you
Don't be mad at Vivica.
You're gonna be Cuban for a minute. We're gonna let you be Cuban.
Think it's okay.
You're gonna be Cuban. Somebody write about your girl that say you was dating.
Because I was gonna do a TBT. For you? I'm trying to figure out who I can throw up.
Yeah. There's a MILF. We got to pick like Taraji P. Henson. You got a number of MILFs to pick from. Nia Long.
Is Megan Good a MILF?
Megan Good is a MILF because she's a mama. Okay, Megan Good. Okay, so you with Megan Good. Right. You be Jones. Right? So Megan Good. Let's say who's her husband? Stefan Franklin? Some Franklin. Am I saying the same right? Devon Franklin. Devon Franklin. Okay, let's say they get a divorce. Y'all got together. Devon Franklin says what Vivica Throwback Thursday.
And post all these pictures.
And post the pic, and then hugged up. How you gonna feel?
I mean, I'm gonna see it. I mean, how I'm gonna react to it is I'm gonna ask her out the gate, like, why you posting all that shit like that?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh boy.
Like, why is he posting you like that?
You gonna call him old boy? You gonna say, why old boy posting?
lame man nigga post you.
Which is what Cuban should have did to 50. Why does she feel it's okay
to do this?
Because she young.
No, it ain't right. But I'm saying if you're gonna have an issue, it shouldn't have been with you went on and all this menopause. You went trying to drag Vivica, but Vivica really did used to date him. Yeah. And these really is their moments.
So you felt like Cuban should have been with 50, but then my whole thing is okay.
Because I feel like it's a comfort level because if there was a respect on Vivica's side, because I'm looking at me as a woman. Yeah. If I did it, that mean I don't care nothing about this.
Because she didn't have no respect for her in doing that. And I think that's why Cuban responded to her. Yeah, because that's why Cuban responded, because she saw the fact. Then she
should have responded directly and not subliminally. Don't do no
I got you.
That's
right.
What I'm saying. Don't do
right. Well, you know, somebody who
come
did
to her as a woman.
Come to her as a woman. You know, Diddy came to J Lo as a woman. Diddy came to J Lo as a woman recently and posted a throwback Thursday.
Look, he either came to J Lo or Mark Anthony.
Or Mark Anthony, because you know Mark came to J Lo as a woman too, because he started a makeup line. He said, "Oh, you think you the only one?" A-Rod.
Mark Anthony is the ex-husband.
Ex-husband, no. A-Rod came to her as a woman and said, "Oh, you think you're the only one that can start a makeup line?
You think you're the only one to make
You think you're the only one that got makeup?
Some foundation, bitch.
Watch this.
3 different niggas for J-Lo.
J-Lo.
Hey, ho.
Hey. Marco.
Hold on, wait. Y'all said 3 different nigga names in 2 minutes. I said, oh, god damn, J-Lo, you a hoe? Let me figure something out.
J-Lo gets around now. J-Lo gets around. J-Lo don't stay home and cry about no nigga. Let me tell you. She don't stay home and cry about no nigga.
And that's what the problem is. She needs to sit down and heal herself. She needs to sit down and heal herself, and she's mentioned that plenty of times that she does not take the opportunity to heal. That's her thing.
And that's why it's easy for her to go back to somebody that she already was with. This is familiar. Okay, he still like me. He gonna, I know him already. I can go over here.
So wait a minute. It becomes a question of, does she like herself,
honey?
Because anybody
before she said before that she's had self-esteem issues. So she's mentioned she's done that in interviews,
and she's fine. J-Lo fine.
She's fine.
But do you realize?
But that ain't got nothing. But the thing is, the way that we see is the same thing we can say about ourselves. Yeah. What anybody can say about me when I look in the mirror, that don't mean that's what I see.
Yes, because there are a lot of people that can say you're attractive, but if you don't feel it, you don't feel it. Yeah. That's very true. Because if
do you notice that a lot of those beautiful women that are in the spotlight have issues when it comes to being with a man, being settled with a man, being happy, and the whole 9 yards. Like,
that's all been about that, and I think that's what it's like. It starts. I can remember even like myself, like being younger, and I used to be like, "Well, why do you like me?" And the guy be like, "Well, you pretty," and I'd be like, "That's it." Yeah. Like, no, I don't want to hear that. Like, that's the last thing I want to hear. My daddy told me I was beautiful. Okay, we can get past that. So let's get something more of substance. I feel like when you get to a certain, I shared a post today that was saying like, the person that you're with, it shouldn't matter what your family thinks. It shouldn't matter about their image or your image. It should matter about how they make you feel or what you really feel. And I feel like when you get whether it's a Diddy or think about all the people that she's been with, those are all people that need an arm piece. Yeah. Not to say that she's not more than that, but that's the reason that attracted them to her initially.
But I'm gonna keep it real with you. J Lo is her own brand, right? Yeah.
I was even looking when you look at the followers. Diddy got like 7 million. She got like 357 million.
You see what I'm saying?
When you look on Instagram, it's
so
like
she's her own brand. And a lot of times it's not the fact that she may not have the self-esteem she needs to have. It's the fact that when you are dating men, you sometimes have to water yourself down so that those men will feel comfortable dating you.
She need to just go on and get her a school teacher, like the Amazon Jeff Bezos' wife. She got her a school teacher now.
Oh, don't worry, but she got that prenup too.
I know. I'm saying she got that. She just need to go on and get her a regular. Because when he divorced her, he made sure. You don't need no money.
A regular smack. Well, she don't need no money, but you also need somebody who's gonna be able to come in and comfortably be And I was just, it's funny because the person I'm dating is somebody, right? I'll tell you in a minute. So then, so it's just more so, and we were having this conversation, and we were talking about how I was saying how I want to be able to come somewhere and not be Michael J. Curtis. Like, I want to be able to come in and just be.
Well, we can't.
True, but
unless we go out of Milwaukee.
But at the same time, Robin, look,
I do it and people get mad at me because I'll be like, you mean? And I'll be like, I'm no longer on the clock. Okay, so now would you want me to invoice you or what? Because at this point, now you into my, I'm just going to drink my wine. And
I just want to be
right.
I just want to be here and be. But it was more something I want to be in an environment where you're the person and I'm not.
I don't want to be the person because I'm gonna be up acting like Cuban making posts.
No, I just want to be able to go somewhere and
I want nobody.
I want to be able to be in a room. No,
nobody got to be.
Now let's be fair. Like, okay, and not to make this about because he was saying I'm just here as a supporter. I don't want to be here as a baby daddy. I understand.
Don't nobody got to be the person. We just want.
But
he's a very good example. He's not here, but he don't want. You see what that name say, Andrew Green, and you said Baby Drew. He's Andrew Green right now.
Yeah, he's like I don't want to be
performing.
Yeah,
so that's not who
he's like I don't want to be there, and I get it at the same time. But when you all, let's say hypothetically, you all are in a room, you're Robin Reese. He's who he is. So when you go into where he's performing and all of that, that's his
yeah,
domain.
when he's performing.
Yeah.
But when he's not performing. And we're in another venue.
And you're Robin Reese.
He don't want to be, it's not that. I mean Robin Reese and we're here, we're Robin and we're Andrew, and we're having a drink.
And we're having a drink.
And y'all get out our face.
True. At the same time.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, it shouldn't have to be, nobody don't got to be on.
Right. But at the same time, it's more of a, you have the ability for you to walk into the room and it's his crowd.
Never.
I'm just trying to say, you know what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying.
Yes.
I feel like I've been doing that before.
Yeah, you know, where you're trying to.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, like
that's why I said
everybody has their own.
That's why I said not in Milwaukee.
Not in Milwaukee, right? Everybody has their own. I'm never gonna walk in a room and not be Michael J. Curtis, right? But I can at least walk into a room where this is where you're on.
Because I probably could take him somewhere because you know I'm everywhere. So you know I probably could take him somewhere over here in Stallion and they'd be like, "Robin," and they ain't gonna know.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
You see what I'm saying? So it's a thing of just a person being able to have that.
Mm-hmm.
And if she's dealing with people that they're trying to get the same thing she's getting, and they're after the same thing she has.
But I feel like it's deeper. Thing. Look, I know. What do you think, like Sarita? I feel like it's deeper. I don't think that it's really people knowing her or the attention. I feel like it's something more internal. Like she got some deeper issues, I think.
Yeah, she said I was gonna say she said on some interviews in the past that she has some stuff that she needs to work on within herself. And that's what I've been noticing as well too. That it's definitely a deeper issue.
I believe she has something.
50 probably been doing shit, and that probably been iffy.
No, we talking about J Lo now.
I went back to Cuban Link.
Yeah, like
you went back to Cuban Link. No, Lord,
I have a comment on that too. I mean, I can comment on that as well. For Cuban Link situation. I mean, the thing is, it's a young. I can see she's a young girl.
She's young.
You know, and the thing is, as the saying goes, you take the pimp, not the hoe. So you go over and talk to, just taking it old school. Over and talk to 50 and say
that's what I said.
Yeah.
And then, you know, carry it on. But at the same token, it's like she's now showing her immaturity. And not because honestly, it's not something that she needs to address. He's the one that needs to go ahead and address it and be like, hey, you know, I appreciate
this is ex.
Yeah, he
unless they've had dealings, which I doubt, because Vivica is from way back. The only way that I feel like you address them is if we've been here before and we've had this conversation, then I have room to be talking to you. But still, that's his battle.
And also, too, 50 is so petty that it's like, you know, if he wants to go there, he'll go there.
But no, but here's the thing. I think, seriously, the same feelings that Vivica has, I think he has those same feelings. And I think that's why he responded the way he did. And it wasn't
I didn't see his response.
It wasn't a response. Go watch it.
And he had no reason to say anything bad about it.
It wasn't anything negative. He came out, he told the truth. There were people
Cuban shouldn't be mad at that. That's part of his past. It's what it was. This is what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, and he said, you know, these are the things that happened while we were together. There were people that got in between us. Her publicist, he cited her publicist as one of those people. and he felt as though they could have been. So both of them feel that way about each other, and that's
so
what
if him and Big Q broke up next week, we know why.
Vivica gonna get that back. I don't care. I don't care
what y'all
say.
The same way Diddy coming for
when a boss requests they
own. Same way Diddy coming for J Lo. It was so random. Wait, I looked up. I said TV. He didn't say nothing else. Yeah. So Vivica made her caption was a little longer. Diddy just purely put hashtag TBT and it's him and J Lo walking. I said, where the hell are you going with this?
You want to know why he didn't say nothing? It's different. See, Vivica confident. No, Diddy ain't that.
He ain't have to be. Everybody's seen it. It's enough. Yeah. Like I'm gonna just throw this out here. Like a ball throwback, you got a whole lot of pictures, Puff. Whole lot of. Mm-hmm. You could have put Kim up there, any goddamn body. You gonna come out here with hey ho.
He wasn't having sex with. Well, we don't know publicly whether he was having sex.
He wasn't having sex. They got children. He was having sex. I'm talking about Kim. I ain't talking about Kardashian. I'm talking about Porter. I'm talking about when he's talking about throwback. No.
Oh, I thought you talking about Kim. I said I was.
I'm talking about Kim. I'm saying he.
I know. But if you know something I don't know, you go ahead and drop it on me right now. You know that I don't know.
Kim Porter.
I knew exactly Kim.
Like I don't.
I'm talking about the love of his life after she died.
Right. Right. After she was dead and gone, she's not the love of his life.
I believe he always.
Diddy is a drama queen. Diddy is a drama queen.
Most men are.
He is a drama queen. He knew when to throw that out there. He was like, you know what, J Lo, it's still fat.
No, because the comment was hilarious though. Like Vivica's was too. Wait, both of them. I don't know.
But is your ex ever? Does your ex ever have good timing?
It gotta be but I'm just saying it gotta be Mercury retrograde. The fact that we had
the eclipse energy.
It gotta be something to do with this moon.
It has to be
because he did BT and she did Flashback Friday.
Yeah,
and they both went way back. Like
all the way.
Diddy and J Lo been broke up a long.
He had to go back to the 90s for that one.
And Vivica damn near did too.
Not the 90s. You remember when she had on that purple dress? I remember that a BT.
But it's more than 10 years. But it's more than
thousands.
It's more than 10 years.
It wasn't thousands.
But it's more than 10 years.
That's 30 years.
It is almost. It is. You're right. Okay.
It's more than 10 years though. It's 2021.
Yeah. You know what? But Sabrina Peterson said it ain't that long ago, and she still want to sue about it because she done with T.I. and Tiny. She not having it. Sabrina Peterson.
Unless they say they sorry.
Sabrina says she is suing T.I. She didn't appreciate him saying she was lying. He held a gun to her head. She threw birthday parties for his children, and she wants her money. But if he says sorry and admit to what he did, she'll drop the charge.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I feel as though you lying.
I need an apology for all of that.
No, I'm saying if the charges ain't real, if I can just say I'm sorry.
I'm talking about her.
No, ain't no sorry.
I'm talking about her.
Ain't no sorry.
But that's what but I'm saying if they was valid, you don't press the charges regardless.
Definitely.
I'm sorry.
But she's not pressing charges. She's suing for defamation.
No, that's what I mean. You'll be suing regardless.
Yeah.
If that's what you really felt.
She's suing for defamation of character. She didn't appreciate what was said about her.
I'm finna text Tip and tell him to say he's sorry.
Let me explain something to you. If I was in Atlanta's actually pretty small. We look at Atlanta like a large city.
I know. It's kind of a little big city in the country.
And that's what I was thinking. That's probably why I like it.
Ain't number Mayberry.
Hello. So they all know each other, and all these things went down.
Especially people that grew up. People that's from Atlanta.
Yeah, they all know each other.
Mm-hmm. That's like people from Chicago, and Chicago probably bigger than Atlanta.
Yeah.
But people that's from there, they know.
Everybody knows each other. But you want to know what? I think that's every city because people in Milwaukee, the people that you need to know. If you really grew up here and from here, the people you need to know, you will know.
Right. But or you just one or two people removed from like
two people removed. Yeah, you can get their number type. So like I can get your if I need your number, I can get your number. Yeah. I don't necessarily talk to you, but I'm one person removed from who I need to. I can get to you if I need to.
6 degrees of separation.
Yeah, it ain't none of that. You really know how to get to it. Speaking of 6 degrees of separation, Charlemagne the guy, his 6 degrees of separation got to be totally messed up because he is versus a number of people. I know I spoke about Bow Wow and I spoke about Big Soulja earlier. But Charlemagne versus Kevin Hunter versus Kwame Brown versus Joe Budden. Let's talk about it, okay?
And back to another subject earlier, if we can bring in Jessica Reed because he got a rape case that was years ago, and then it came up a couple years ago, and now they done brought it back out to the light.
Okay, well, let's be fair. Let's be fair about it. These rape allegations were brought up numerous times.
Yeah, but now they just got back up like yesterday.
They got brought back up again because
they're not resolved, and the girl and her mama, everybody is speaking, and I think, and the issue is part of all the people that you named that got issues with him. I think the biggest issue is because of how he talks about it. Like Charlemagne, he an asshole. Definitely. And he just, the way that he speaks about it, I think his disregard of the allegations and saying, because I believe that he knows, even if, like, and from what I watched, and like I said, it's still an allegation, but even from what I watched and listening to the girl talking, there were other guys there. You brought her to this place. Yeah. So even if you didn't do anything and they were your friend, he knows something occurred. Yeah. So you have no empathy whatsoever.
There was a party.
Yeah, you have no empathy whatsoever. There was even a party. If all my friends gang raped you,
give them the backstory, Robin.
It was basically like Players Club. It was like Players Club.
Exactly. It was a party.
It was like Jared's bachelor party.
And I think that and this told, even for the age, it was just like that. Yeah. Because she was only 15 years old. Apparently, Charlemagne was like 22 at the time, and she met him through a mutual friend. He ends up connecting with her, inviting her to this party, but going to the party and even her mom letting her go prior to the party, even letting her hang out with this man. And I don't think the mom maybe knew how old he was. Yeah. But even her saying the time of the party, I think she knew him like a month or month and a half. And he's like, oh, my little sister. Like, no, it's not that. You don't know him well enough for it to be that. And even for her mom to let her go, but fine. But they felt comfortable and felt safe with him. And so he takes her to this part. But when he comes to pick her up for this party, and she gets her friend couldn't go with her, and she gets her brother's girlfriend to actually attend the party with her, so she wasn't alone. Even though she was going with Charlemagne, when they came to pick her up, he comes with other guys. So it's like 2 or 3, at least 2 other cars, and it's like this little caravan. They make a stop, then they go out to this place for this party. But she said that Charlemagne made the drinks. And they believe that they were drugged because at the time, she said she didn't even want to drink, but she said he kept asking her, would she have a drink? Did she want to drink? And she kept saying, he kept asking. So her friend succumbed to it first and said, yeah. But not long after her friend drinks the drink, her friend immediately starts throwing up. So it didn't affect her. She didn't get sick, but she feels it immediately. And like, she wants to go to the bathroom and she can't move. Like, can't move her limbs. She stand up. She said she fall to the floor. But then Charlemagne is there, but he tell this guy, get her up, and they take her upstairs. And so all this stuff happens, but he brought her there. So even if he didn't touch her, which it sounds like he did, but if he made the drink, she said he made the drink. But if he made the drink, you brought her there, you allow any of this to happen. So did you befriend her just to bring some girls over here for these guys? Like, what was going on, Charlemagne?
So let's have a conversation, right? And B, I want you part of this one, please. So then we have, as we grew up, again, thousands. Let's talk about this. When you used to invite, and I have sisters, right? When you used to invite a girl over, I didn't do this because, of course, I make money as me. Of course, I didn't know that. Okay, so anyway,
look, okay.
Right, like you see right there. Like let's not talking about me right now. We're just talking about guys.
General
guys.
Right?
Like it's not me. It's guys, right? So then by the way, and you usually like innocently like if you got another dude with you, your brother, your cousin, your whatever, you're like, hey, you got another friend?
Right, and that's still and that's not when you were younger. That happens as adults.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I'm 44, about to be 45, and I still will have guys and say, "Do you have a friend?" Or she ain't got no friends. Like that's not a childish thing. That's an adult thing. If somebody's single and they looking to date or meet somebody, people will still ask,
"Do you have a friend?"
But this was an actual party.
So party going down, right? Because I heard about this. I read about it. So that happens. Y'all all come there. You're making drinks. You're there. You're actually, Charlemagne becomes a radio personality in this city that he's from, right? He even speaks
because
about,
that's where she met. She actually met him at the radio station.
Okay. So then he's somebody of the public. And whether you think you're a celebrity or not, you're on radio. It's local. You're a local celebrity.
In South Carolina, let's be clear.
And it's in South Carolina. So that's even more. That put even more stank on it. Because when you're in the country, you even
poppin'.
more like
you popping.
You could do football at the high school and be somebody. Like, so now you on a radio show, like boom.
Yeah.
Your position then requires you to take certain steps, right? Mm-hmm. And you don't take it, and you now ended up on nationally syndicated radio. Let's push nationally out the internationally, because you're now in Africa. You're in a number of other countries, internationally pushed radio, and you have all of these people who have issues with the way that you carry yourself on radio. Kwame Brown is from what I heard is how correctly. Kwame. It ain't even Kwame. I was saying Kwame.
Yeah, you can go back to the 80s.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like Kwame Brown.
Kwame.
So you have Kwame Brown. You have Joe Budden. We're going to talk about Joe Budden in a minute, because I think that's a whole separate issue.
And even think about, remember back in the day, baby, like you're gonna put some respect on my name.
You're
like
gonna
Charlemagne stay having people ready to get in.
Yes, like you're gonna put some respect on my name. So is it that we have an issue with Charlemagne being a rapist, or is it that we have an issue with Charlemagne's vernacular when he hits the radio?
I don't even think. I think it's more than vernacular. I think it's Charlemagne is almost. I can't even say like Vlad, because Vlad. I don't think Vlad talks shit like Charlemagne.
No,
Vlad,
he doesn't.
Vlad will stir up. Vlad gonna pull back layers and ask questions, and
Vlad wants to get deeper than Charlemagne.
Vlad wants to get into something.
Yeah.
Charlemagne gonna give his opinion, and Charlemagne gonna be like, "Well, yeah, you didn't say nothing when Juvie said that to you. You a whole ass nigga to me." Charlemagne be trying to get
Charlemagne got his own agenda. And he wants you to add to his agenda.
Yeah, like what? You said, what? You left the party? You was a bitch.
Yeah,
like,
you
Charlemagne be OC.
And they let him do it too.
Yeah.
But you can never do it to me. Sorry. When somebody slaps you in front of your own studio and you start
running. I thought Baby them was gonna. I thought the Hot Boys Cash Money was gonna kill that nigga.
No, they just wanted to scare him.
No, I'm just saying they like he was so. Charlemagne be taking it. He be taking it a little too far because he just apologized to somebody. Was it Joe Budden? He just apologized.
It was Kwame Brown.
He apologized to Kwame Brown.
It was the Kwame Brown and his family, and it was the Kwame Brown and his family because they're from the same hometown.
Oh,
yeah.
You want to have a connection.
And according to my sources, Kwame Brown is currently on a campaign to get Charlemagne off the radio.
He ain't wrong.
But here's my whole thing: if you watch closely. Ever since that Gucci interview that Charlemagne had with Gucci, you'll notice that Angela Yee has not been on the Breakfast Club as much as she usually is.
Oh, wait, because Gucci, what did he say? What Angela
Yee called her a bitch.
Excuse
me, Mama. I keep forgetting you right there.
What did she do? What did she do to Gucci? Did she
Gucci,
suck his thing, or she wanted to suck his thing? What did he say about her?
He keeps saying that she tried to get him. Did she try to get with him? Now this before the weight loss.
No, she tried to do.
Yeah, tried to do something. This before the weight loss. This is what makes me not believe it. Yeah, said you tried to get with her. Called her all type of everything.
I know she was trying to do something. I can't remember.
I don't think it's true.
I don't think he lying.
I think he lying.
Why?
You want to know why?
He got the game for lying.
I don't think the Gucci is intentionally lying, but I think Gucci takes so many drugs.
But
they got his people mixed up.
You're not finna stereotype all the rappers and say that they all do. We not doing that.
Back then, Gucci was doing drugs.
Back then. He not now though.
But see, back then,
healthy and stuff.
She did that shit.
I think she did.
I don't believe she did.
I think she did.
She did it.
Angela Lee ain't Angela Lee.
Look, that's so racist. That's so racist, Robbie.
You sound like Webby over there. Hold on, like
what?
What?
Look, I'm like, that's so racist.
She ain't nobody to be lying on.
I don't believe it.
He can lie on J Lo if he want to talk about
Angela.
Somebody want to get with him.
I believe Angela.
But why he got to lie on Angela Yee?
I don't know.
He could have said Vivica tried to get with him.
That is true. You want to know what?
She don't got a man.
I kid you not. Angela Yee is one of those women that I think is a lesbian.
He could have named plenty chicks that tried to get with him. Why he gonna lie on Angela of all people?
Because Angela is nationally syndicated.
So she weak.
But he said this, but wait a minute. He said this was back when she was back during her Sirius XM days. It was back during the Sirius XM radio days that she reached out to him and obviously wanted a little bit of a piece. Now, I don't know who wanted Gucci back then, but apparently a lot of people did.
And that was ice cream cone Gucci.
That's what I'm saying. It's ice. That's why I don't believe it. It's ice cream. Like, if she told me it was today Gucci, I would be like, Gucci, I believe Gucci.
That Gucci man.
We don't know what
Gucci. Gucci.
We don't.
But today Gucci said it though.
Today Gucci did say it with his fake teeth. He said it.
They his now.
Fake. He a robot. He a chicken cheese robot. I say look at chicken cheese.
With his fake teeth, he said it. But I want you to hear from
eyes be blinking hard.
Listen, from my mouth you're gonna hear. Showtime's The Chi returned, and it returns with a vengeance. I love that show. We wanted to speak about originality and about people that have skill and about people that have talent. Lena Waithe she put her foot in this show. The Chi was amazing. It's really good. Did y'all watch the first episode, B?
Yes. The only thing I can predict to how close Jacob Lattimore was watching his baby mama.
Wait a minute.
He like, hey man, what the fuck y'all getting so close for?
Listen, wait, what is that? Wait.
Are we getting spoilers? Is it past spoiler times?
It is. If you ain't watched it by now,
new episode come on tomorrow.
A new episode come on in like 2 days.
Now.
Okay, so if we messing it up for you, it's on you.
Okay.
So
I just have a thing about spoilers.
The scene with him and Lala and his baby mama and his daddy had to be one of the most hilarious.
Wait, it was two. Like he said, when they was in the kitchen, what y'all saying? Why y'all laughing?
What y'all talking about?
Y'all talking about me?
What y'all saying? Y'all talking about me?
No,
everything about you.
Me, boy.
Like, just tell her what you did, because now you making yourself look out of here.
You finna tell her yourself.
Just
and
tell
then
it.
but his daddy was out of order for picking. He picked that movie on purpose.
Oh, God.
Because the family, because family was fucking my husband.
Wait. Why is that my favorite part of soul food too, though?
Right.
I just want to recite the line.
Whenever I see a girl with a bandana like that, I'm like, you like Cousin Faith.
You like Cousin Faith. That's what I call Portia. Portia, Cousin Faith Williams. Portia, Cousin
Florida Evan, Vanessa, was them.
All of it.
They were crazy.
Florida Evan. I'm done.
Okay, stop.
Okay, but you know what? The Chi is back with a new season. If you all have Showtime, please make sure you tune into it.
Yes.
And speaking of Chicago, Mayor Lori Lightfoot is being sued by publication of Daily Caller for refusing to be interviewed by reporters who are not of the Black persuasion.
Well, I mean, is it reporters or just this one reporter?
Well, apparently she had a choice. Apparently she was choosing the fact that she wanted to be interviewed.
And she picked who she wanted to. Well, you know what? Because ain't nobody got time for that. I'm glad somebody's standing on their ground because they.
I want Lori to get her hair done. I want Lori to have a dedicated
I want Lori to comb her.
Oh my God.
I want Lori to get her suit tailored, get her hair done. I want Lori to
now, if you're going to be a stud, Lori, you're going to do it correctly.
You're going to do it with pride.
And you're going to do it with some type of dignity, Lori. You are the mayor of Chicago.
So she can look like Young M.A.?
Young M.A. comb her hair.
Young M.A. look better than her.
Come out like Wanda Sykes. If she come out like Wanda Sykes, she'd be better.
She need to put some gel on it, slick it back.
Lori look like she just get up and be like, I'm here. Y'all asked me to come here.
Her suit be too big.
Lori look like she smoked Newports and drank Milwaukee's Best. I swear to God.
In Chicago.
That's a hard thing to be a mayor of. Come on, we got to think about it. People getting shot left and right.
That mean they can't comb their hair?
That means
people getting shot left and right.
Man, you got to worry about dodging
people
bullets.
Getting shot left people getting shot up and down in Milwaukee.
My hair like
let me tell you something. We got Mayor Bear get on there with his hair comb.
Look, people getting shot. If they get shot right and left in Chicago, they get shot up and down in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
And Mayor Barrett comb his hair and his
and wear a suit to fit.
They don't count. They kicked his ass at State Fair.
And he still had a suit to fit.
No, let's be clear. It wasn't random. He was trying to. That was BB. You might get your ass kicked trying to break up a nigga jumping on his girl.
But it's Mayor Barrett though.
He didn't care that it was Mayor Barrett.
They didn't put their hands on him. They hit him with a pipe.
No.
That's worse.
Exactly.
They beat the mayor up.
They would have hit you with a
I felt bad for Mayor Bear. I felt bad for Mayor Bear when they did that. I feel bad for Houston. Milwaukee will take over Houston in the coming week.
Milwaukee, let's be clear. Milwaukee already took over Houston.
Milwaukee, yeah, they did. Milwaukee will be taking over Houston. I will be there too.
Take over.
We will be in Houston. I will be in Houston.
Milwaukee took over Houston when all of y'all cousins moved down there about 3 years ago.
You know, some of them moved to Dallas too.
Right, all up in between there.
Yeah, but Houston, I'm coming. I'll be there June 3rd through the 7th. We'll be
that's next week.
That is next week.
You got your ticket?
I got my ticket, baby.
To Houston.
I'm pulling up to Houston.
I ain't never been there before. So
they ain't never asked me to host.
I'm going the week after that.
They didn't ask me to host anything.
I got some shit in Atlanta, but they ain't never asked me.
They never. But see, Milwaukee takes over Atlanta too.
That's what I'm hosting. I'm doing some shit there.
They didn't ask me for that one, but I'm coming to that one.
Y'all
too.
just make sure y'all got your cameras on because I ain't coming.
I'm going. But if y'all do what y'all did in Arizona and shut down everything, I want my refund.
Yeah, like y'all. Jeezy outside. Jeezy outside.
They had Jeezy outside.
Jeezy outside.
This is me talking to Jeezy, nigga. I paid my ticket. You better wrap up.
I thought it was Janky Promoters 2 movie. I thought it was making a movie. Janky Promoters 2.
Janky Promoters 2. Milwaukee will be taking over.
It might be a little better this go round since the COVID restrictions are lightening up across the country.
Oh, speaking of niggas, speaking of niggas, they have seized all 70 cats, big cats, from a local establishment, a zoo, private zoo, and it happens to belong to one of my good friends, Joe Exotic, Tiger King. You feds, you're gonna leave Joe Exotic alone. And I know Kara Baskin, I know you had something to do with this. I know you had some. Carol Baskin, I know you had something to do with this.
They done saved them tigers.
Let me tell you something. I know, Carol, I know you had something to do with my nigga tigers taken and seized. Me and Joe tight like
was
this.
Was the tiger skinny though? Was they being fed?
I know, huh?
Was they looking like Summer Walker baby or was they being fed?
I heard about people calling CPS on Summer Walker.
Yeah, y'all ain't seen that baby?
They said that baby vegan.
No, that baby ain't vegan. Summer Walker. No, that baby ain't fed. They crack. I know a crackhead when I see.
You know crack? Oh.
She feeding that baby crack. Listen, she done showed a little mixture. She talking about raw honey. You know you can't get no baby honey.
Not until they at least
raw honey, some nuts. She got some little smoothie blend that she showed she giving this baby. You killing that baby is littler than it was when it was born. And she gonna cut a nerve to cover the baby face up, and the baby legs looking like my little pinky. Like it's sad. Like I ain't even laughing. Like it's.
They are
like
calling.
We know that girl crazy, but she made this post and people noticed it, and then she made the post with the food showing what she feeding. Like she thinks she doing something good. Like if you don't give that baby some breast milk or some formula ASAPishly, because that's all she need right now.
They gotta.
No, she giving that baby spinach and raw honey and pecan.
That's ridiculous.
She blending up something crazy.
That's a conflict. It's a conflict of interest.
She over there about to kill the baby.
Israel and Palestine had a conflict lately. They done
had a conflict since the Bible.
Before the Bible came out. But let's have an origin, because I don't think black people really know what this means and why Israel and Palestine have this interconnecting issue. And when people say peace in the Middle East, people don't really know what that means.
Yeah, that's been going on since, like you said, since before the Bible came out.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Well, let's have a well, not since before the Bible.
It's been out since
World War II.
But this war was in the Bible days. They were having this fight, this conflict, and they're fighting over this land.
Well, let's have the most recent. So let's talk about it. Okay, so when we're speaking about modern day Israel, the Palestinian people were the original settlers, very much similar to how the indigenous people, Native Americans, were the original settlers here in North America. Remember when Hitler was taking over Germany, and there were things happening to the Jews in Germany. Some of those Jews then migrated to what is now modern day Israel. Okay, so those white Jews who then migrated. Yeah, I'm gonna say what it is. White Jews that then migrated to Israel, modern day Israel now.
Is the original Jews black Jews?
The original Jews are black,
Okay.
and that's just the truth. When Nick Cannon said it, it wasn't a lie.
I just wanted to clarify for the people.
Absolutely. And so when that happened, you now have these Palestinian people who were the original settlers of this land. They're also of the Muslim religion. They consider Jerusalem a holy land, just the same as anybody who are of a Judaism or derived from Judaism religion. And the Christians, Jews,
right.
You keep it going, those type of things. And so that has happened through the years. These sides have fought, but originally the settlers of this land were Palestinian people. I don't care what conflict you describe in the middle. There is a history that has gone on. There are wars, and there are reasons why the Palestinian people and why Israelis feel like they can justify why the Palestinian people don't have as much land as they should within the country of Israel. And that's because when they came to an agreement and when they came to a decision, how to live cohesively and how to live, in harmony, that didn't work out. The Palestinian people then started a war. But when you come and you just encroach on people's land, I don't think any deal is going to be okay with it. But I do think that it needs to come a time where the Palestinian people decide, the Israelis are here. I mean, you ain't going to be able to push them out. It's kind of like Native Americans trying to push white people and black people and Hispanic people out of America now. It's not going to happen.
Well, so many people have died, and you got all these innocent children, and I guess my biggest thing is people think that we went through something like war. Could you imagine we sitting right here and there's a bomb going off outside?
Yeah.
This is really they're living and going to school and walking, and it's
a war. It's a war zone.
And it's not
where they
ain't
live.
It's us. When they say we at war, we don't really be at war. Our army be overseas somewhere.
Overseas, gone.
We don't see that.
No.
But they literally are living in a war zone. So just regular civilian people and babies and kids and families that have died and
are dying a number of times. And so I do there has been a ceasefire requested from the United States, but I do believe that until the United States holds Netanyahu,
the only way we gonna do it is go over there and start fighting Israel.
But I don't think we can fight Israel. But
I'm just saying the only way we really can stop them is to impose our military on them and really, because I don't believe they're gonna listen to. That's to me, that's no different than us in the hood talking about ceasefire. Okay, but the people that's really shooting ain't at the table. Talking to the leaders, and saying a ceasefire, but the people that's really out here fighting ain't listening to that.
But see, at this point, the leaders can be brought to the table because you have a military leader in Palestine who's leading that group. You have a leader in Netanyahu. There was another person who was coming up and trying to do their own political party. That fell through when this conflict occurred, and they were trying to bring the Palestinian people in. Here's a concern. Until we start telling the truth, until America, the president of America, starts saying, hey, what's going on in Israel isn't okay, then Israel's never going to think that their behavior needs to be corrected.
But you know what? Not forget them, because I don't want that to happen. But they don't say they do more for we as America. I guess I'm supposed to say we for them. Who is it now? The Asians, whatever. But black people we don't get none of that. They won't even speak up and say it's not okay for us to be treated how we're treated. So why is it okay for us to go overseas and stop all this from happening to them? And why is it okay to pass bills and laws that we can't mistreat Asians and we can't do these hate crimes against them, but we don't have that for us?
That's because we have to understand that racism is worldwide. People of color are treated in a different light worldwide.
Well, in that case, blow them up.
Yeah. Worldwide.
Until black people get the same treatments, we ain't even gonna be caring about what they doing somewhere else.
Absolutely.
We deserve that. And if our country, our president, if the United Nations, all of them don't come forth and back us of how we have been mistreated for hundreds of years and how we continue to be murdered and mishandled and discriminated against, then blow it all up.
Absolutely.
They were trying to do that though when Trump was in, and that didn't go down either way, because they were trying to they're trying to have everyone come back and say, hey, you know what, Trump, your country's jacked up. How you gonna go over here try to come and do all this other stuff? And then let me go ahead and pull it. Like, we're not going to pull the United States away from them. Like, we're not even going to have the United States.
Yeah, we help the rest of the world work more than we help our own country. People in the United States starving.
Right, where the pot on the
yeah, it's a war zone in the city of Milwaukee right now. I could say Chicago, but it's in Milwaukee right now, and they're not able to stop that.
There's another war zone. Joe Budden and his podcast, the Joe Budden podcast, has been at war for some time. You have Joe Budden along with his co-host Nori, and as well as Mao. Nori and Mao came up with their own podcast describing what they thought was weird behavior by Joe. Where they
pulled a Mississippi, right?
Joe definitely pulled a Mississippi. Joe definitely pulled a Mississippi.
I couldn't resist.
Let's just throw it out there. Joe definitely pulled. Joe definitely pulled a Mississippi. Let's talk about this. Joe asked these two individuals. They've now gone into, and as y'all know, the Joe Budden podcast has gone into signing deals with companies as large as Spotify, right? Yes. You now have this Spotify. You have these two co-hosts that are on this podcast with you. You've gone in, you've done the Spotify deal. They no longer they don't have contracts. They come to you they do have contracts. Excuse me. They have contracts. They come to you to say, hey, let's look at the business. You tell them, mind their damn business. And leave. In so many words. He said, this podcast is me. It's named after me. To hell with you.
Period.
Oh, yeah,
to hell with you. Yes, in so many words. To hell with you. And what money you want, we're good. Charlemagne critiqued Joe Budden earlier before they ever broke up as a podcast. Because remember, I said this is Kevin Hunter said let's because we spoke about Kwame Brown, but we didn't speak about Kevin Hunter said the concerted effort to get Charlemagne off the radio was started by him. I don't believe him because he still has a boyfriend. He hasn't admitted to. But anyway, allegedly. And then allegedly. Yeah, so that has happened. But when we're looking at this and we say Joe Budden then fires back at Charlemagne, because Charlemagne had already predicted the fact that Joe would mess this opportunity up. And he has done it royally. Let's just keep it real. Joe's messed up this opportunity. He then moves on to have two co-hosts. What do you all think about this situation with Joe, Nori, and Mao?
Well, my thought is, I guess the way I feel about anything is that business people don't think about down the road when you're starting something out. And I guess when you're with friends or people you trust, you feel like you shouldn't have to. But all that stuff needs to be dealt with out the gate. The same we talked about Russell and Kimora, the same with when people talk about prenups, when people talk about paternity tests, whatever, certain things that need to be addressed from day one.
Definitely.
And if you've been okay with something from day one, you can't say that Joe Budden is wrong for the way that he is responding to it, because this is the agreement that we have. Mm-hmm. And I've been because before we got to this point, you were hearing everything was good. So now you see it's getting good. Now you want more, but that's not what we agreed to. And I'm more than taking care of you. Not that it's right, morally right. But when you're looking at business, this is what you signed and this is what we agreed to.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing too is that we know that Joe Budden's ego is as big as this whole entire United States of America. And so
his part, and they knew that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's like you got to be able to go ahead and protect yourself. And that's the thing. And just like you said, Robin, it's like if you're coming in and you know something's about to happen a certain way, you go ahead and you set everything up and say, okay, where am I sitting in on this? Let me know where I'm supposed to be at. So in that way, in case if something does go left or right, we know we all are on the same page. And that's really what it boils down to.
True. You know what? I think for me personally, hold on 1 second. I think just as a person who hosts with a co-host and has hosted with a number of them, right? Never in my time have I ever been like, well, whatever. I got my money. You better get yours. And if you ask me about it, it's going to create an issue. I wouldn't think that would happen for for a person of his caliber, or for them who are negotiating deals at that higher level. What do both of y'all know?
I'm just trying to see the comments.
A deal at that higher level. So now they've done it. Charlemagne has spoke his piece. Joe Budden has come out against Charlemagne. I just hope that they both get back to a point where they're able to carry out this show in a way that it should. Bringing the show back home, this is our last topic. State Senator Chris Larson is now running for U.S. Senate to challenge Senator Ron Johnson. Do we think he's a viable candidate?
I think he's a viable candidate.
I don't.
I mean, at this point, I feel like anybody's a viable candidate. I mean, compared to what's already out there, you got to look at the other candidates. So he just threw his hat in the ring. You got the Milwaukee Bucks executive, Alex Lazary, who is the first person that announced his candidacy. And I feel like it's been a year now. I don't know if it's been that long, but it's been a while that he announced his candidacy. Like I get emails from Alex every day. He's, promoting his candidacy, campaigning, fundraising, whatever. We also have somebody from Outagamie County, County Executive Tom Nelson, and Sarah Godlewski, who's the state of Wisconsin treasurer. And it's rumored that Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes may throw his hat in the ring.
It is rumored, and I've heard from very reliable sources that he's considering a U.S. Senate run. Here's the issue, Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes. I'm going to be totally transparent here. Okay, I want to go out there because I'm not in the political spectrum. I'm a comedian, and I can say what I can say, and it can have no repercussions because I don't give a damn. Anywho, I feel like Mandela Barnes didn't win the lieutenant governor seat because he was the best candidate. I feel like he was in the best place at the right time. I feel like he took advantage of that position, and I think that's great for him. I think there's a person by the name of Marlon Mitchell that ran prior to him. Is that his name?
He ran against him.
Better position. So anywho.
But the thing is, that's what politics is. It's a popularity contest.
Yeah.
So the reality is, of all the people that we just named, Mandela is the only person that has a statewide seat. And this is a U.S. Senate position. So Chris Larson is currently a state senator. So he has a portion of Wisconsin that he's won over. And then these other people have their county or the treasurer, I guess she has a statewide position. But Mandela, being the lieutenant governor, he has a position that has, I guess, he has the widest constituency, I should say, of people currently. Chris he would have to introduce himself to the rest of the state. The same for Alex Lazary, even though he may be more known because he's connected with the Milwaukee Bucks, which may give him an advantage as far as name recognition. But Mandela, when you're looking at it politically, when people that aren't educated, so you have a percentage of voters that know the candidates, that know the names, and that know who they're voting for. And then you have a percentage that's going to go like, oh, I got this postcard in the mail and it said Mandela Barnes, or I saw Mandela Barnes on TV, or because they know they're Tony Evers supporters and they know that Mandela is with Tony Evers. He's just, honestly, when you look at it, he's probably the best set up to win.
No, and this is why I say
because of the name recognition.
I'm going to tell you why I disagree with that.
And especially black folks, we the least educated.
Well, black folks, we are named. We very much so are named.
And
there's gonna be a point where you get that too. But black people are gonna go when we go to the polls. We're more so loyal to the D, right? So we're gonna vote Democrat.
But this the thing. This is a Democratic seat, so it ain't no Democrat.
Yeah, but this is what I want to point out.
You got to get down before you even get to that point.
When you are looking
all the Democrats are together.
When you are looking at who's going to be able to compete with Ron Johnson, you have to look at who's going to be able to fight Ron Johnson.
Looking at. That's how you looking at it.
That's how I'm looking at it.
That ain't how everybody looks.
When I look at it, I'm like, who's going
to
be able to compete with Ron Johnson?
Who can compete with Ron Johnson? The majority of voters are looking at who do I like.
Who do I like?
We ain't looking at who gonna beat Ron Johnson.
But that's what they need to be looking at.
But they don't. They don't. That's a no. Because you're voting for, because that's saying that I hate Mandela. That's saying I hate Mandela Barnes. He did this, that, and the other, but I know he the only one that can beat Ron Johnson, so I'm gonna vote for him. People are gonna vote for who they like and who appeals to them. They're not voting for who gonna get Ron off the seat. They voting for their candidate.
For me, Mandela has not stood out as a candidate.
I'm using him as a name. Yeah. It could be Alex, but they're not voting for Alex because I think Alex can beat Ron Johnson. I'm voting for Alex because Alex is the candidate that I like. I'm not looking. Well, we gotta get to the.
I will say this: we may know Mandela, but when it comes to that debate stage and being able to speak about, business and how I've taken my business from this place to that place, Mandela's not going to be able to do that.
Right, but I'm still saying that's not how voters go to the polls. We're not voting for who can beat Ron. When we look at Ron. When we look at that ballot, it's going to be Mandela, Chris Larson, Alex Lazary, Sarah Godlewski, and whoever else, and that's who they voting. Ron ain't on that ballot. We got to get it down to the who gonna go against.
Okay.
So
I gotta talk to the people. Listen, let's have a conversation.
There's a lot of education that needs to be had.
Mandela ain't it. Okay, I like him.
I mean, he ain't even out there yet, so we ain't gonna be trashing Mandela. I ain't
trashing.
But he ain't even on the back.
I'm not trashing.
But he ain't running, so we ain't even gotta say he ain't it, and he ain't even threw his head in the ring.
But he is. But he is.
He didn't.
I didn't just hear it from you.
I got it off the newspaper.
Yeah, I'm not just hearing this from you.
I heard it off the newspaper.
Mandela Barnes is seriously considering running for Senate. Mandela, if I'm not going to tell you not to run for Senate, what I am going to say is, sir, the position that you're in today, no. No.
Who is though?
None of them.
Exactly. So Mandela, run, Mandela. I'm going to vote for you, bro.
I didn't say not run.
I'm going to vote for you, bro. You can win.
Okay. Yeah. Who you want to beat the Lakers? Who you think could beat the Lakers?
I don't know. You got to use the football network.
All right. Okay. Tom Brady, for instance. Who you think could beat Tom Brady?
I think a number of people can beat Tom Brady now if the rules.
So that means you ain't gonna cheer for your team.
I'm gonna cheer for my team.
You want somebody who can beat Tom Brady, right? So that's the same shit. I'm here. I'm like, I'm gonna pick the
best team.
Right, but to that point, I'm a Packers fan regardless, so I'm voting for Brett Favre. Period. No, but let's get on the team. But if you're a loyal supporter, like I told you, Chris Larson is a friend of mine. Mandela Barnes is a friend of mine.
Yeah,
I know who Alex Lazary is as business. I wouldn't say a friend, but you have people that vote for their friends, people that know stuff personal, their personal values and things like that. So, like I said, when you're in the poll, people are looking at that next step because they're not on the ballot together.
Oh, it's a Chris Larson.
And that one moment, you're looking at the 5 Democrats that's on the ballot, and you narrowing that down to the one, and then that one is gonna go against Ron Johnson. But and you're not saying, oh, I think Chris Larson is a good person and he gonna really do what the people want, but Mandela gonna beat Ron Johnson, so I'm gonna vote for Ron Johnson. That's not how people vote.
They gotta start voting like that.
Not. No, because we can still put a bad person in office that way as well. I don't agree with none of his values, but I'm gonna vote for him because I think he the one that can beat Ron Johnson.
But wait a minute, we pulled. But let's be clear. We pulled Joe.
People didn't vote for Joe to think they could because they thought he could beat Obama because they thought he could beat Trump.
That is why they voted for Joe. No. Let's be clear. People voted for Joe. The people that voted for Joe because they thought he could beat Trump.
I don't agree with
that. That is if they did not think that Bernie could beat Trump.
They more so didn't vote for him. They voted against Trump.
I think Bernie gonna die.
Dang.
Is he alive still?
Yeah.
He gonna die.
Is he alive?
Don't try to do Bernie like that. Don't do Bernie like that.
No, my friend, he not on Facebook no more, but he used to always get up every morning and be like, Bernie Sanders go. He's like, okay, I'm just playing.
That's how he was sitting in the seat with his gloves on.
That ain't funny.
No, he's still here. No, he's still here.
That's bad. Here. Bernie's alive.
Is he? Calling the motherfucker alive.
We gonna get off this politics. Because now that Robin took it all over. She's like, Bernie Sanders gonna die. What? We like, wait, Robin.
Bernie is done. He ain't doing nothing else. We ain't even talking about
Bernie is.
We not finna be talking about. We ain't gonna talk about people because that's not how people vote. Now there is a lot of
Mandela is not the best candidate.
Ain't none of them the best candidates.
None of them. I have not had a candidate that has come out.
You never will.
I hate
You
it.
never will.
Let's Chris Rock first.
I don't even want Gwen Moore. I don't even want her either.
Chris Rock.
And everybody, good night. We're signing off.
I said what I said.
Thank you for tuning in.
I said what I said, and I ain't scared of her either.
The reflections.
She don't help me none.
You said Gwen Moore?
She don't. She don't help me
no
none.
card?
What? Gwen don't do nothing for me.
You ain't never got no question.
No.
The commentary that's being made right now is not representative of Sarita Valmont or Robert Reese at the time.
What? Both for Gwen.
Listen.
What?
That because the views of the
I don't care. Gwen, call me. You know what I said to everybody. Call me personally if you feel like you want to disagree with what I said.
We done been on.
But no, we ain't done. Let's give it one more. We have
You
another.
said I was our last topic.
I said we got 2 more topics. One
You
last.
said I was our last topic.
We got a last one.
He said that was our last one.
That was the last.
I thought I said I had.
You definitely said that was our last one.
Okay, I'm sorry.
And he threw the notebook, didn't he, B. Jones? He said that was our last topic. We're done.
I'm done. We got one more. Yeah. One more. Because I gotta introduce the next show that's coming after this one next week. Anywho, y'all may have seen it was on the Shade Room. A young lady by the name of Sierra Moore put a gun on a hairstylist for $45 that she did not want to pay on the remaining price.
Don't be slandering people. If she was not charged or convicted with a crime, I don't know if we can say her name.
Sierra Moore pulled a gun.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
It ain't nothing alleged about it.
You don't know that that's her.
It's on video.
It's on
video. Sierra. She's a regular client.
We need to let her stylist can say her, but we ain't
Her
accusing her.
Her stylist
Can say her. We can't accuse her.
Her stylist
not there.
According to her stylist, her name is Sierra Moore.
According to
her stylist, her name is Sierra Moore. And guess what? Her stylist will be here next week. You all want to make
It's the principle of the point. Like if you feel me, I'm not hey, come on, for real. You ain't got to shoot.
It's all happening. If you want to make sure you tune in, we'll all be here. We'll speak
$40.
Yeah, $45 to be exact.
$45.
$45 to be exact. Hairstylist D Styles will be here next week to talk about the girl who poured a gun out, Sierra Moore. According to her name is Sierra Moore, because Robin wants us to be safe. According to the hairstylist, her name is Sierra Moore, and the hairstylist D Styles will be here next week. Y'all make sure y'all tune in Friday at 7. We're gonna have some fun. Sarita, is there anything coming up? Anybody has anything coming up? B. Jones, Robin, any of us? We've been on for some time. We've given them the entertainment they need tonight.
I think we have thoroughly entertained them tonight.
We have thoroughly entertained them tonight. We had a lot to cover tonight.
Show this Sunday, it's on like 62nd and Village, Budden show.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm like, I didn't hear any of that.
So Sunday, I was like 62nd and Village, Budden show is gonna be me, Unpredictable Drew, Eat a Black, Budden.
Is there no name?
And it's free. It's free.
Is that somebody's house?
I had to put a flyer up. It's on 62nd and Village. That's why I said
it somebody's house?
We have a name.
Is it a basement comedy show?
Is it gonna be there?
Okay, I got the flyer. He said 68th and Village, by the way.
Oh, I seen that flyer.
And it's at
I don't know what it was.
There's no damn name on it for real.
It is somebody's house.
I gotta have
no, it ain't nobody's house.
Nervous.
No, it's a free show. It's free.
That's make it even more seem like somebody's house.
Oh my God.
Well, it say 6808 West. It don't say like the
6802 West.
It don't say like
it look nice in there, man.
It's a building.
Yes,
I'll do it. All right. Bodini presents a free comedy show Sunday, May 30th, hosted by Eda Black, music by DJ Chaos. Special guests will be in the building, including our very own we have here today, Mr. B. Jones, Unpredictable Drew, and a number of others. It's going to be at 6802 West Village Avenue, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's going to be at 2 p.m. T-shirts are $20. They are available, and donations are welcome. Thank you. I want her to learn how to press these, but she ain't press these buttons all show. They've been over her area for the longest time. I'm gonna let her sit here and press buttons when we get off the show. Like, these are your buttons. You learn to press the buttons.
That's a long ass button.
All right. I love y'all. Sarita, go on and wave to the people so I can go ahead and sign out in a minute. Wave to the folks, y'all. Say see you later to Coach Sarita. All right.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night. Now that we are here, we return back to the studio, courtesy studio. We have ourselves. We want to first of all thank Mr. B. Jones, comedian B. Jones. Give him some hands there.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to clap.
Yeah. We want to thank my co-host. She is here. She's going to be here every week. Miss Robin Reese.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
It is yours.
Sharing it.
Absolutely. Make sure you share, comment, like. Let people know you watch this podcast, The Front Row with Michael and Robin. We having a good time. Absolutely. I am yours truly. I'll see you next week. We'll be back with D Styles. Y'all make sure y'all tune in. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Good night.